Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind Your Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind Your Basketball. And what's good, everyone? Welcome in. Happy Sunday night. Coming down to the final matchup here in the second round of the NBA playoffs. And tonight, we got a game number 7. Once again, the second game 7 of the day. The Minnesota Timberwolves on the road taking on the Denver Nuggets. The 3 versus 2 matchup for a battle of the winner of this game will face the Dallas Mavericks in the Western Conference Finals. If you guys are doing the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. The defending champions, the Denver Nuggets, coming into this game as a 4.5-point favorites. Last game, they lost by 45 points in a monster blowout. Minnesota won 115-70. Everything just went correct for Minnesota in the last game. Nothing went in the right direction for Denver. They had a really good amount of looks in the last game for the Nuggets, but they were just stone cold, bricking shots all over the place in the last game. They shot around 30% from the floor. They went just 7 for 36 from three-point range. And Jamal Murray had just a poor game for him. 10 points on just 4 for 18 shooting from the floor. It was a one-man show with Jokic, as he actually was standing for the entire fourth quarter in the last game. It got just so bad for Denver there with a 45-point victory for Minnesota. Anthony Edwards backing it up with his words as he is able to take the last game, forcing the Game 7 now after they trailed down 2-3 in the series. He was an insane plus 43 on the floor for the plus-minus during the last game. 27 points by Edwards. And a monster game by Gobert and Towns. They both finished with double-digit rebounds. They destroyed Denver in the glass in the last matchup. And Jaden McDaniels had a perfect game to complement Edwards as well. He had 21 points. So the entire team was rocking right down from the bench from Minnesota. Everything went in their direction in Game 6 to force the Game 7. What's good, everybody? Mario, S. LaPlace, Charlisa, Dr. Donkey Dong on the stream. Welcome in, everybody. Terrence in the channel, welcome back in for this one here tonight. Feel free to hit us up in the chat. Who you guys like to win? T-Wolves or Nuggets, the defending champions, taken to a game number 7. And last year when they won the championship, they had said that their toughest opponent during the stretch was Minnesota when they won the championship last year for Denver. Denver playing in their home floor tonight, but home court advantage wasn't a key in the last game. The New York Knicks, earlier today, they were undefeated in the series against the Pacers, and that was until today, where every single home win that the Knicks had in the series against the Pacers, it was the home team until the Pacers won today, this afternoon, 130-109. So congratulations to Indiana. Tyrese Halliburton had a huge game leading his team to victory. It'll be Pacers against Celtics starting off the Eastern Conference Finals on Tuesday, and then the winner of this game will face Dallas. Whoever wins this game will be the home team on Wednesday for the Western Conference Finals. Roy, glad to have you back in. Brack on the stream, thanks for joining in here once again, bud. Black Pen, Red Pen, always glad to have you back on the channel once again. And this game indeed is going to be fun. I think it's going to be a close one tonight. And Jokic and Ant, those two guys I expect to go off in this game. It all depends on what happens with Jamal Murray tonight. If he gets locked up like the last game, Ant locked him up, then the T-Wolves most likely is going to win this game today. Cat, I think over on Minnesota's side, it all depends on their number 2 as well with Karl-Anthony Towns and how he fares in this matchup today as well, because when he struggled, it's usually has translated into a loss for Cat, but when things have been able to go in the right direction for him, like the last game, he had a double-double of 10 and 13 for Karl-Anthony Towns, a plus 25 in the floor. I think things looked really good in the favor of the T-Wolves. So, yeah, Mike Conley, he was coming into this game questionable, but he's good to go. Jamal Murray was questionable, but he's good to go. So, all the key players available for tonight's matchup. Well, that's good. Michael on the stream, welcome in. Eduardo on the channel, welcome on board, taking the T-Wolves tonight to win this game. This is the first time ever, I believe, we got back-to-back check marks in the chat right next to each other. That's awesome. So, Black Pen and Red Pen and Michael, back-to-back check marks in the chat with one another. So, making channel history right there. I believe that's the first time it's ever happened. Just waiting for tip-off to begin here shortly. And by the way, this is my second stream today. I streamed earlier this afternoon, the Pacers against Knicks game, and I was just, man, taken away by how Indiana played that game. Holy smokes, Indiana legit couldn't miss. They shot the ball, I believe it was like 68% from the floor for its field goal shooting percentage. They shot just under 80% in the first quarter today. They won in the halftime shooting around 76.5%. I get Denver in this one, very tight game to bounce back for the Nuggets, but honestly would not be shocked if the T-Wolves win this one. Yeah, this series, when I made my predictions right before the start of playoffs around a month ago, I was like on the fence about this series. Both Conley and Murray, both of them are available tonight for this game. I could definitely picture Minnesota, though, because Minnesota has just been so physical defensively, and they got guys that's absolute dogs. Denver's got the home courts, and usually the home court 75% of the time wins these game 7s. So I got a feeling tonight, Jokic, he should have like 30 tonight at least for Jokic, most likely. And then same as Edwards. Edwards, I got a feeling that he's going to drop down at least 30. So it all depends on the number 2 options and so on throughout the lineup. Mike Conley, it's been huge for him. He's also the top plus-minus on the team this season for Minnesota. So that's a big sign to see that he's available for today's game. Boulder Vaughn, thanks for joining in here, man. By the way, Denver started off 0-2. They lost the first 2 games on their home floor to begin the series. It's crazy. Like, it looked like Denver was out of it at first. They were down to 0-2. They came back and won 3 straight games in a row to go up 3-2. And then Minnesota shredded Denver by 45 points in the last game. And now we're here into a game 7. 1 extra day of rest. They last played on Thursday, so today is Sunday. So, yeah, there's an extra day of rest in between. So that is significant, especially for the number 2 option for Denver with Jamal Murray, because he's been dealing with that calf strain for him on and off. T-Wolves, white jerseys. Blue numbers, blue letters, green outline for Minnesota tonight. Anthony Edwards, he is ready to see if he can advance to his first ever conference finals. Jamal Murray for the Denver Nuggets. Black uniforms. Yellow numbers out in front, white letters. Jamal Murray, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic. Starting five for Denver on their home floor. Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Karl-Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert, the starting five for Minnesota on the road for the T-Wolves tonight. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. And the defending champions going up against the T-Wolves, up and coming. Face the future, Anthony Edwards and the rising Minnesota Timberwolves. Last year posing a challenge to Denver, the toughest challenge along their finals run last season. And this year taking them to a game number 7 in the second round of the Western Conference playoffs. Winner will take on the Mavs in the Western Conference Finals starting on Wednesday as we are underway, and the T-Wolves control the opening tip. Right to left on the floor, Minnesota with the first possession of the night. The lob goes to Gobert at the wing. Rudy Gobert sends it off, top of the key into the hands to Conley. Conley at the right wing as we will have a turnover in the first possession committed by Minnesota. So it's going to be rolled an offensive foul picked up, charged to Rudy Gobert setting the screen. So one possession, one turnover called on Minnesota. Murray bounce pass off to Jokic. Jokic lobs it off to Murray, top of the free throw circle, trying to have a short memory after a 45-point loss on Thursday. They get an extra day to regroup themselves, which was a good sign for Denver. That pass got deflected out of bounds, so it will stay Nuggets ball. I get the Celtics to win it all. So looking for my Celtics to do it this year to finally break through. Jokic, hand off Murray, goes to the rim, no good, off the mark, tipped up in the air. Offensive rebound controlled by Denver though with Aaron Gordon. Michael Porter Jr. no good at the rim, missed the right hand layup, and the T-Wolves lockdown defense is back once again. 2 misses from point blank range by Murray and MPJ to start off this game. Edwards at the left wing perimeter. He is guarded by Gordon 101. 8 on the shot clock. Edwards, first minute through action. Bounce pass top to key. Cat fires a bullet down low. Gobert. Oh, he gets stuffed by Michael Porter Jr. MPJ with a block right from behind on Gobert. Here goes Gordon. Kick out to the corner. KCP Jokic gets a touch here with Michael Porter Jr. stuffed to the rim by Gobert. 2 possessions, 2 blocks. Michael Porter Jr. blocking Rudy Gobert from behind, and Gobert just a moment ago offered on a block swatting MPJ right back. Doing the favor right back at him. What a start to this series. For a Game 7 matchup. Handoff from Jokic to Murray. Right baseline Jamal Murray. Circles around. Back out to the left wing perimeter. Murray. Step back 3 in the air. Over a Cat. Swoosh. Denver on the board to begin Game 7. Jamal Murray. Step back 3 at the left corner. He knows he needs to be absolutely better as he buries the first tray of the game working on Cat. Edwards at the top, lobs it off the Cat. Cat takes Murray. Cat at the right block jumper over Murray. Connects on it. They go right back to the matchup. Two same players, except that time Cat had the basketball. Murray was defending. Wide open 3, as open as you could get for the Joker. No good. Skipped around the rim and outs. Jokic misses a rare open 3 uncontested at the top of the key. Gobert. Hand off to Conley. Conley drives, lobs it up, and went off the glass. Tipped back over to McDaniels with an offensive rebound. McDaniels around the wing off to Conley. 8 on the shot clock. Mike Conley, edge in the midcourt logo. Right now, dribbles up, 3 in the shot clock. Conley sneaks around, floats in the shot, no good. Off the back rim, Jokic collects the rebound. Full court outlet up the floor. There's Murray. Bricked off the back rim, and the rebound gets collected by McDaniels. Jamal Murray could not close out on that offensive rebound opportunity. Instead, he was just staring at the rim. Bounce pass top of the key off to Cat. 9:15 left to go in the first. Cat swings it off to his left to Conley. 8 on the shot clock. A left baseline dribble McDaniels. In the defensive battle so far, McDaniels got it blocked. Second time around, McDaniels. No good. Around the rim and out to rebound control by Denver. What a start here to these two defenses in this game. Jokic finds MPJ, elevates for the J, missed it off the back rim. Both of these teams missing their shots to begin. Denver 1 for 7, Minnesota 1 for 6. Edwards, right baseline, jumper, deep 2, got it. Anthony Edwards knocks down the deep 2. The T-Wolves with their first lead in the night. Rogelio, welcome back in. Thanks for joining in. I'll have to check up on that myself. I'll do that during the next time out here. As Gordon got stuffed from point-blank range by McDaniels, and the basketball goes right back over to Minnesota. A 3 in transition. Edwards bricked off the back rim. A rebound controlled by Porter Jr. What a start to this game so far. 1-point battle with the defenses coming out in a major way. Denver has only made 1 shot attempting, missed 8. Jokic backs his way inside the key. Jokic floats up the rudder. Swoosh! Able to get it to go. Good for 2 for the Joker. Back and forth, back and forth. Jay Ramirez, welcome back in. Alex in the stream, welcome on board, man. Hockey from home, thanks so much for joining in. And yeah, I'll just double check during the first time out what the Celtics record is against Indiana this season. I want to see if I can get that updated to do like a little bit of a rundown of those scores for you guys. They took 1, I know for sure. I believe they may have taken a second, but I'll double check on that. No good off the glass. Too strong. Missed by Gobert on a floater as it goes back to the Nuggets here. Murray. Bounce pass off the pocket pass to Jokic. His runner came up well short. And referees letting them play on. No foul call by the referees right there. And a runner by Jokic. Edwards gonna slow it down. 7:10 left to go in the first right now. Edwards, guarded by Michael Porter Jr., brings along a double team. Kick to the corner. Wide open 3. Mike Conley in a laser. Mike Conley delivers in a 3 as Denver went off to gamble. Brought a double team to cover Ant and got the ball away to the right corner where Mike Conley was able to sink down the 3. Top of the key, Jokic. Hand off Murray. Murray steps into a 3 over Edwards. No good. The rebound gets secured by Gobert. This is the danger zone the last time for the Nuggets. If they surrender another bucket here to Minnesota. Minnesota in the last game started to pull away right here. Cat laces up a 3. Off the rim, no good. A rebound controlled by Porter Jr. Both of these teams going constant, yet to take a timeout so far on the floor. Murray dribbles behind his back. Sellers right to the cup. He missed a wide open slam dunk though. Oh, what a move off the dribble behind his back, but he couldn't finish for Jamal Murray. Mike Conley takes up the floor, approaching the midway portion here of the first quarter in just a moment, yet to have a clock stoppage in this game. McDaniels goes up, McDaniels right to the rim, soars up over MPJ, gutted a drop and 1 at the free throw line by Jaden McDaniels. An acrobatic type of shot there that you'd see at a 2K level. On a video game level right there by Jaden McDaniels. He'll have an and 1 coming up after the timeout at the free throw line. 6:19 left to go in the first quarter. Minnesota takes a 4-point advantage. 9-5 to the first timeout. Buckets are hard to come by in this game so far. And Denver, after a quick 3 by Murray, that's the only bucket that he has had. As he just got locked up. He missed the last 3 over Edwards for him. So a good start on the first shot, but hasn't been able to sustain that so far. Just 1 for 5. He's missed 4 straight shots in a row for Jamal Murray. Jokic has 2. Jokic has missed 2 shots in a row as well after making his first one. And then bucket spread out between 4 players for Minnesota. 3 by Conley. He was wide open at the corner. As the Denver defense drew a double team on Edwards, they gambled and allowed Conley to make an open 3 from the corner. 2 each between McDaniels, who just had a massive bucket right there. Cat and Edwards has 2 with 2 assists. So we go into the first time out tonight. And thanks all for joining in here. We got 250 plus watching. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. So yeah, I might hit 9 million channel views this week. There won't be a stream tomorrow. We're going to take tomorrow off because there's no game for tomorrow. So I'll be back on Tuesday, Celtics against Pacers. I'm hoping that I can figure out my laptop fan issue. So I blew it out earlier today to get out the dust out of my laptop, the one that I'm using for stats right now. If you hear like background noises with like a rattling type of noise or something like that, my apologies. That's actually my laptop fan that I use for stats. It's about 9 years old for my laptop. But yeah, I'll see if I can try like with a vacuum tomorrow to see if there's any hope. I went back into the control panel in between games to like decrease the CPU, and still that didn't work, unfortunately, for that laptop fan. It's not as bad as the first game today though, which is good, because it was hovering during that first game earlier today, but still probably you guys can get a little bit of background noise, which hopefully it will be able to fix the problem. If not, I'm going to have to go out eventually and get one. What's good? Hockey from home on the street. Welcome in. Asia, thanks for joining in. Adam, Tyson Meets. Making my way through the chat here. Luis, welcome back in from Canada. Benjamin on the stream, thanks for joining in right now. And congrats to your Pacers. Taking on my Celtics now in the Eastern Conference Finals starting on Tuesday. Def Coyote, glad to have you back in. And Sarita on the channel, welcome on board. Yeah, so I just wanted to look up the Celtics against Pacers recent history from the season. Because both of them are going to be matched up against one another. So they played a lot because they played in that playing game too. So Celtics versus Pacers, they actually played against each other 5 times. Celtics went 3-2 against the Pacers during the regular season. So Boston took game 1 in the regular season on November the 1st. I believe that was a scoring high for them. Boston put up 155 points in game 1. They won 155-104. As the free throw is good, back from the timeout by McDaniels. 10-5 now to score. Minnesota's doubling up Denver. So it's been win-loss, win-loss, win for the Celtics against the Nuggets. They played 5 games. They had the extra game because of the play-in tournament. They met up against each other in the semis of the play-in tournament. So the Celtics took game 1 this season back in November in the first match of 155-104. Pacers took the second game 122-112. That was in the play-in tournament game. Celtics won 118-101 on January 6th. They played each other 2 days later on January 8th. Pacers took that game by 2, 133-131. And the Celtics took the final game of the regular season meeting on January 30th, 129-124. Jokic floats up a tough shot, no good, off the mark. Rebound controlled by Gobert from Minnesota. Minnesota 10-5 as we're midway through the first quarter. Dr. Leopard Gecko in the stream, thanks for joining in here, bud. Bradley, welcome to the channel, man. Cat up fake, dribbles up inside a key. Cat slices defenders right to the rim, and he scores with a left-hand layup. Excellent version of the Karl Anthony Towns so far to begin this game. It's been locked down defensively too. Jokic backs his way in, Cat. Jokic having a tough time so far, just 1 for 4 shooting. Kick out to the wide open corner. KCP Money delivers in a 3. That's an excellent possession there by Denver. Jokic kicked it out to the corner. Nobody covering KCP, and he is on the board for his first 3 of the game. And that snaps a lengthy scoring drought as well for the Nuggets. Ant, jumper at the left elbow, off the rim, no good. Michael Porter Jr. collects the defensive rebound. Nuggets with possession, down by 4. Murray, far side of the floor, passes to the middle. Jokic up fake. Jokic with a leaner. Jokic puts it through. It's good for 2. 2-point game right now. Great job to see middle right there by Murray. So we're under 5 minutes left to go in the first. Mike Conley Jr., he's going to slow down tempo. Sends it off to Cat at the left wing. Cat's defended by Gordon 101. Lobs it over to Edwards. Edwards working on KCP as the defender this time. Edwards dribbles towards his left at the left baseline. Backs his way. Draws a double team outside of Cat. No look past Conley. Right corner 3 at the buzzer. McDaniels couldn't get it off in time. It hit rim short anyway. That's going to be a turnover charge to Minnesota. Shot clock violation as that extra pass was made by Conley just a tad too late as McDaniels couldn't lace up the ball in time as it left his hand a split second after the shot clock expired. This reminds me of the bloodbath game back in the, was it the bubble? I think it was the bubble. Game 7, Denver against Utah from the bubble. where the score finished up in the 80s between the two teams. Murray down low. Murray high off the glass. He scores. Up and off the backboard. Good for two. I honestly thought that hook shot was going to get blocked for a split second there by Murray. Good concentration and focus to finish in that possession. Tie game at 12. Cat. Hand off to McDaniels to the left wing. McDaniels guarded by Gordon 101. Defensive intensities ramped up between these two teams, having a tough time scoring buckets. Cat tiptoes the baseline. Outside to Edwards off the up fake. Open three. No good. Around the rim and out. Missed by Edwards. Jokic out of the pack here. Collects the defensive rebound. Off to Murray at the top. Outside Porter Jr. elevates for the J. No good. Halfway around the rim and it spit out on a three-point shot attempt by Michael Porter Jr. as the ball goes back to Minnesota. Edwards at the left wing. Bounce pass to Naz Reid. Naz Reid, sixth man of the year. Backs his way outside to Edwards. Dribbles up to the elbow. Kick out to the corner. Reid laces up a three. Right down the chute. He's got it. That's 15-12 for Minnesota. 3:20 left to go in the first. Denver will slow down the possession. Buckets hard to come by so far in this game. Murray guarded by Reid. Bounce pass to the low block. It is Gordon. Gordon dish underneath. Jokic up fake over Reid. Jokic no good. Tip in. He gets right back though for two. So Nikola Jokic able to concentrate there off the miss and able to tap it back in up into the net. Gets the bucket. 6 points, 3 boards, 2 assists so far here for Nikola Jokic. Edwards gets it towards his left. Cat extra pass, left corner three. Off the mark, it's a brick by Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Denver with a chance to take the lead this possession. That's short-lived. It's deflected, intercepted. Poor pass by Murray trying to do too much. Edwards slicing defenders to the cup. No good. The putback's there, though, by McDaniels for two. 17-14. Swinging the game right there with 2 points off the turnover converted by Minnesota. Edwards. Or it's Murray defended by Edwards. Switched here, guarded by Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Murray dribbles up, has a step past Nickeil. Now Nickeil meets him at the low right block. Edwards backs his way into Alexander-Walker. Murray, turnaround jumper, connects on it over Nickeil. 17-16, Jamal Murray scoring over Nickeil. Off the defensive switch, and we get a 1 point game. 2 minutes left to go in the first. Jamal Murray able to follow that up after the poor pass in the possession prior. He's able to respond and get the bucket on the next possession later. 1 point game, 2 minutes left to go in the first. 17-16 right now as the T-Wolves lead by 1. Wow, this has been a great start so far. Defensive grind of a matchup. Minnesota shooting 7 for 19, 37%. Denver shooting same thing, 7 for 19, 37%. Denver's just 2 for 7 from 3. Minnesota's 2 for 6. T-Wolves +1 in the glass, 12-11 so far. But there was 2 turnovers by Denver. Those have been costly. Just 1 turnover so far by Minnesota, and it was the first possession of this game off an illegal screen that was set. What's good? Todd in the street, welcome in. Charles, thanks for joining in once again, man. Game 7 living up to its hype right now. And both of these teams playing their hearts out. Just absolute grind of a physical rock fight. Everything you'd expect in the Game 7 in the defensive game. Yeah, I heard that J.J. Redick potentially could be in talks for the Lakers. I feel like that's going to be a huge adjustment going to a major market job, though, for J.J. So I honestly don't know, since that's a huge step up, like, because he doesn't have like any experience or anything in coaching for him. But he's just so knowledgeable because he does. He's brought in for a lot of the analysis stuff on ESPN, and he talks about like the player's perspective all the time. I feel like probably starting off in like a smaller NBA franchise would fit him better, honestly, than going into the biggest NBA franchise of them all. Yeah, so, there's an article out here, a couple of, candidates. Sam Cassell, right now, which he's a Celtics assistant, used to, be an assistant for Philly. Sam Cassell is one of the names on the list, too. Chris Quinn from Miami, James Borrego from the Pelicans. So they have a couple of, assistant coaches there that's been, named for potentially the new Lakers coach. So it's a 1-point game, 2 minutes left to go in the first right now. And it's been everything in store for this one here. Just physical battle between these two teams as we come back from the timeout right now. 2 minutes left to go in the first. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. This game is taking place at Ball Arena, home of the Denver Nuggets, Mile High City for this matchup. Nickeil Alexander-Walker at the left wing, bounce pass over to Cats. 5 on the floor look like this for Minnesota. Karl-Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Jaden McDaniels, and Naz Reid. Cats inside a key, backs his way and puts up the shot off the turnaround. It is good for the bucket. 3-point lead for the T-Wolves. Murray, Gordon, Jokic, Justin Holiday, Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Currently the 5 of the floor. Murray drives baseline, no good. Putback slam by Aaron Gordon. Soared up with authority. Cleaning up the glass by Gordon with a two-hand flush. Minute 15 left to go in the first. 7-2 second chance points in favor of the Nuggets so far. Edwards sends it off to the left wing. Wide open 3 by Nickeil Alexander-Walker is no good. He's had a couple opportunities, hasn't been able to capitalize as Jokic collects the defensive rebound. Jokic at the top, his pass deflected, goes out to the corner, right place, right time to KCP, off to Jokic at the mid-block. KCP bounce pass Jokic, brings along a double team. Caldwell-Pope over to Jokic again. Jokic constantly getting double, shovels off to Murray at the top. Murray, step back 3 in the air, and he buries it. Jamal Murray knocks down the triple. 21-19. You get a feeling in this game who the hot hands are. Nickeil Alexander-Walker just got burned defensively on the floor once again, missing a couple shots early on. Naz Reid up fake, steps into an open 3. No good. Around the rim and outs. Missing open shots right now for Minnesota. Jokic up the floor off the rebound. 3-second differential, shot clock and game clock to close out the first quarter. Jokic backs his way on Cat, flings it outside to the wing. Murray with a 3. Murray, swoosh! Jamal Murray lets it rain once again. Denver by 5. Whole crowd erupting right now. That's a great sign to see for Nuggets fans. He's found his shot today in this game. Edwards sends it off to his right from Naz Reid back to Edwards, over to Reid at the wing. Reid, he couldn't get one off in time. Second shot clock violation at the end of the first quarter, and the Denver Nuggets locking down, playing consistent defense through one quarter, and the Bucks in this one rallying behind their home crowd. 24-19 at the end of the first quarter. What a start here to Game 7. That is just a textbook defense. They allowed 2 shot clock violations. Minnesota has had some pretty good looks too, but Naz Reid, after making the first 3 when he substituted in, he has been cold recently on his last 3, so he's 1 for 2. That was a good look, but he couldn't send it down. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker, he had 2 opportunities for 3-point shots. He has missed them both, so he is 0 for 2 from 3 to begin this game. And they've had a couple open opportunities, they just haven't been able to send them down. Whereas Denver, flashback to the last game in that first quarter, they had a bunch of open opportunities, they could not hit anything. And then that game just got well out of reach. They were bricking shots left and right. But this is a good feeling right now for Nuggets fans. Jamal Murray, he's found his rhythm. He's the top player on the floor in the first quarter. 13 points, leading all scorers. 5 for 10 shooting, 3 for 5 from the perimeter. So he's found his shot tonight. Great start here for the Nuggets. 6 points by Jokic, 5 rebounds and 4 assists. We know that he is going to be showing up big time. Gordon with 2 off that putback jam. 3 by KCP. Open at the corner, delivered. Minnesota looking to find out hot hand for them right now. 6 points by Cats. 5 by McDaniels. Edwards limited to just 2. So Anthony Edwards is only 1 for 5 shooting, 0 for 2 from 3. To begin today's game, Mike Conley with 3 points. If you're new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe here, and ring the notification bell if you guys would like to be notified for future live streams. And wow, we got over 400 plus watching. Real Legends MVP is out here on the channel. And feel free to keep on coming on, supporting these streams throughout the course of the playoffs. I'll be back on Tuesday for my next stream. Game 1 between the Celtics and the Pacers. And that'll tip off at around 8 p.m. Eastern time. So feel free to join in the same time that we tipped off this game today. It'll be Celtics versus Pacers on Tuesday. And I'm also hoping on covering Wednesday with the Western Conference Finals. Winner of this game will face the Mavs. And that'll be at 8:30 p.m. on Wednesday. Feel free, hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win here tonight. T-Wolves, Nuggets, type it in if you guys would like. And also, we got like a large international reach in these streams. A bunch of different countries watching in. Philippines, Trinidad and Tobago, Brazil, Dominican Republic, El Salvador. I think it was Friday night we had somebody on the channel from Madagascar. Let us know in the chat where you're watching from. We connect the entire world out here. Got a lot of great supporters from a bunch of different countries, so feel free to type in the chat where you're watching from for tonight. (24-19), defending champs up by 5 at the end of the first quarter. We are back to action. Denver left to right on the floor. Christian Braun, the first time that he's played today. Off to Jokic. Jumper at the elbow. He drills it for 2 over Rudy. 26-19. The Joker getting his points to begin for the MVP. He is up to 8 points now for Jokic. Gobert. Hand off to Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Conley over to Nickeil. Edwards is on the floor as well. They have Conley, Alexander-Walker, Edwards, Naz Reid of Rudy Gobert. Cat's currently in the bench right now. Edwards, 2 in the shot clock. Naz Reid has to launch. Extra pass. May they do with .2. Got blocked, though. That's going to be a shot clock violation for the 3rd time in this game. Reggie Jackson denies the shot attempt by Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Sends it to the front row of the seats as the shot clock expired. Top of the key for Denver. Goes out to the right wing to Reggie Jackson. Over to the top here to Jokic. Jokic on the floor. And Christian Braun, Reggie Jackson, Michael Porter Jr., Justin Holiday. It's the 5 on the floor currently with an offensive foul committed by Denver. That's going to be charged to Reggie Jackson as he goes over to the officials. Looking at the clarification as he was holding up Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That moment that he ripped down Nickeil inside the key. That was ruled an offensive foul. So a turnover there by Denver. 7-point lead for the Nuggets. So we're under 11 minutes left to go before half. Edwards at the left wing. Moves it out on top over to Conley. They are stuck in molasses with his offense currently. This is an all-time defensive display here so far by Denver. Just like that, Jokic strips Gobert. Gobert lost it in the corner. Stole away by Justin Holiday. For the Nuggets, Jokic towards his right. Hand off to Christian Braun. Turns the corner. Bounce pass. Off to Jokic. Jokic had to poke loose, and Edwards committed the reach and foul though. So this will be an inbound coming up for Denver as Edwards reached in from behind. Grego, welcome in. Thanks for joining in here, bud. Tom on the stream, welcome in. Liking the Nuggets to win this one. Yes, so whoever wins this game will be hosting games 1 and 2, starting off that series against Dallas. Since Dallas is the 5 seed, so this is the 2 or 3 winner will be the host. So they would host in a 7-game series 4 games since they're the better seed. MPJ with a putback. 28-19. Minnesota on a scoring drought of almost 4 minutes right now. Gobert towards his right. Gobert looking for a handoff. Denver doing a great job defensively, cutting those dribble handoffs off. Gobert high off the glass, no good. Missed the floater. Off balance, off time. Rebound controlled by Christian Brown. Jokic looking to push the pace across the floor. Christian Brown grabs it. They look to gamble with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Jumper off the step back. Michael Porter Jr. sinks it. Once again, it's another gamble by Nickeil, and it leads to the open deep two taken by MPJ as he delivers. 30-19 in the timeout taken on the floor by Minnesota. Denver, everything clicking right now at the Mile High City. This has just been an all-time lockdown defensive display by the Nuggets. Keying in at their finest, everybody doing their job. They forced 3 shot clock violations to begin, and Minnesota looks all out of sorts offensively, just not being able to space the floor properly right now for Minnesota. It's been a tough go-around. The T-Wolves should have had that steal. Jokic passed the ball all the way across the floor. Nickeil Alexander-Walker mistimed his jump, and then he was able to get back and reset his feet defensively still. Was able to guard Michael Porter Jr. Then Porter Jr. put a step back deep 2 on him and buried it over him. A lot of minus minutes out of the bench right now for Minnesota. Minus 13 by Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Minus 13 as well by Naz Reid in this game. So it's been tough sledding with those 2 guys out there specifically, whereas Justin Holiday has been playing for 4 minutes now. It's a plus 12 on the floor. He hasn't even attempted a shot, grabbed a rebound, or an assist. He's just been on the court alongside the grouping that's been a plus, all because of Jokic. Jokic is a plus 11, top starter plus minus so far on the floor today with 8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists for the Joker. What's good, Edith? Welcome back in. Thanks for joining in. Wow, we got a Crete on the stream for Mario's. Thanks for joining in from the Greece Island, a Crete on the channel. That's a new one to add. I think we got, from the past, we had people come in from Sicily, Monaco, Montenegro, Liechtenstein, some of the smallest countries in the world, Vatican City. We had Madagascar during the last stream. What's good, Lorenzo? Welcome in from the Philippines watching in. Yeah, Philippines always have a great support reach out here at these streams. You guys, the legends out in the Philippines. From the Dominican Republic, welcome on board for Luis in the channel right now. Pinoy in the channel, welcome in from the Philippines, looking for the Nuggets for this one. Mario in the stream, glad to have you back in. And congrats out there for the Mavs advancing yesterday, as they were able to take down the Thunder. Whoever will win this game will take on the Mavs, and they would host games 1 and 2 since the Mavs are the 5 seed. Whoever would win this one would be a 2 or a 3 seed. And the Eastern Conference is already set. Tuesday will be my next stream. Celtics against Pacers. Yeah, so I'm hoping to cover every single stream from here on out. Unfortunately, besides one game, which I got my fingers crossed that won't happen. I hope not. So game 7 of the NBA Finals. All the other streams I plan on covering. Game 7 of the NBA Finals, I actually have tickets to go to the NASCAR race on that day, so I'm not going to cancel it, of course, because there might not even be a Game 7. There hasn't been a Game 7 of the NBA Finals in 7 years as well, but I'm just praying that it doesn't happen, because I don't think I can get back in time from New Hampshire to cover Game 7 if it does happen. Missed shot by Minnesota to get back to action. If for some reason that does happen a month from now, I'll send over a link in the community tab to some other great streamers that you guys can watch for during the course of that night or so. I have no clue until that day happens. That is June 23rd. I was going through my schedule last week. That's why, because I put on my schedule. I've bought the ticket since October. NASCAR race at New Hampshire Motor Speedway is on June 23rd. It's usually in July, and I thought for sure that there'd be nothing going on that day, but Actually, this is the latest I believe the finals are this year. That a Game 7 would take place all the way on June 23rd. It's usually like the last day of the finals is like June 19th or so from past years. What's good, BC in the stream? Thanks for joining in from Portland, Oregon on the channel. Edwards will be the inbound passer right now. Just above 9 minutes left to go in the second. Off to Conley in the corner. Conley towards the right wing. Sends it on top over to Edwards. 6 in the shot clock. Edwards, top of the key, drives in Christian Brown. Edwards, tough game so far for him. Contested J, no good. Deflected. And Christian Brown comes away with it. Brown attacks inside the paint, and Brown gets fouled. He's going to shoot 2 coming up at the free throw line. Oh, they are just hunting down Anthony Edwards in this game as Christian Brown came up right in his grill and forced a tough miss by Edwards. And they are giving him zero space today to operate. This has been an outstanding defensive clinic right now by Denver. Players like Christian Brown coming off the bench, giving it all they've got so far today. Christian Brown will shoot 2 at the free throw line. Wow, Saskatchewan. Welcome in for Ranting Randy in the stream from Saskatchewan here. The Beast in the stream, welcome on board. Yeah, not a good start right now for Minnesota. They just cannot find their offense at all. And this is an all-time display of defense here by Denver, just locking up these guys. There were a couple of good open looks that they could have hit, but Naz Reid and Nickeil Alexander-Walker, those guys have been open in the corner. They were not able to bury most of their triples so far. Reid had the first one, but he missed the second one. Both of the free throws were good by Christian Brown. This is a 5-minute scoring drought from Minnesota. Rudy Gobert backs his way in a mismatch here, working on Murray. Pivot move, and Murray picks up the shooting foul. So Gobert will head to the free throw line, shoot 2. And this stops the clock with 8:37. If you're new in the stream, feel free to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. And thanks all for joining in tonight, being a part here on the channel. We've got over 450 plus people watching. Real legends, MVPs out here to stream. Gobert, 2 free throws to the line for Minnesota. First one is up, first one is good. So finally, they snapped that 5-minute scoring drought that they had on a free throw. Out for the Philippines, welcome in for Adrian in the stream. A lot of great supporters here watching this Game 7 from the Philippines. It was in the middle of the night over the Philippines for the Knicks versus Pacers game today. That game started at 3:30 p.m. my time, 3:30 a.m. in the Philippines. Second free throw is good. 32-21 right now. Christian Brown brings it up the floor. He's in the court with Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., and Justin Holiday. Jokic is currently in the bench right now. This is a good opportunity for Minnesota to see if they can mount the comeback as Murray missed the backdoor layup too tall off the glass. Tipped up in the air, rebound controlled by Gobert. Lob down low, Gobert snags it. Gobert held by Justin Holiday, gets fouled. So non-shooting foul here, but this will result in an inbound coming up here for Minnesota. This is where you want to mount your run. If you're the T-Wolves right now, you need to mount a run at this stage of the game with Jokic getting a breather on the bench. They have Mike Conley Jr., Rudy Gobert, Kyle Anderson, Karl-Anthony Towns, Jaden McDaniels. That's the 5 on the floor currently. Cat, 12 in the shot clock. He is clamped by Gordon, and we have a foul inside the key charged to Justin Holiday once again. So now let's stop the clock once again. Justin Holiday picks up his second personal foul. What's good, FS Ferrer, the stream, watching in from Toronto. Thanks for joining in. They're the bonus right now for the T-Wolves. So 2 free throws by Gobert at the line. First one, no good. Missed off the back rim too long. Yes, the T-Wolves can come back. It's still early on in this game. But they're going to have to find their offense. Their defense is trying to do everything as much as possible, but it does not help when they've struggled to score. They've struggled to open up the floor so far. There really hasn't been much separation out there with their offense. Second free throw is good. Murray at the right elbow. Bounce pass behind his back. Sets up Christian Braun top of the key. Brown guarded by Cat into the hands to Murray. Murray turns the corner. Murray inside the key. Floats up the runner off the mark. No good. Murray. Huge contact as he goes down hard and got fouled. Late on the play, and Jamal Murray will shoot 2 at the free throw line. Murray right there off the runner. Took a shot. And Cat. Oh boy. Cat holding his left knee right now as Murray landed awkwardly in the runner, and Cat is holding his left kneecap, and he is still in pain right now. So Cat is holding his left kneecap at the moment. Vegas, what's good? Welcome in here, man. Adesh in the channel, welcome on board. Wow, best of luck there for Adesh. Got 10 grand on the T-Wolves for this one. Edie in the channel, welcome in from Indonesia. We got a bunch of different countries out here for this stream right now. I'll tell you what is not the BH of Canada, which is an absolutely gorgeous place, is Niagara Falls over on the Canadian side. If you've ever been to the American side, it's in my opinion not as great as the Canadian side. They move it to the middle to Gobert, off to Anderson, top of the free throw circle. Murray made both of the free throws to the line. Bounce pass off the roll down. Kick out to the corner. McDaniels takes the 3 and he sinks it. 34-25 right now, a 9-point game. That's a massive 3. They've had openings at the corner. That's when there's been open shooters, but they just haven't been able to knock down their shots. And Murray lost the handle, turns it over. Here's a steal by McDaniels out to the races. One man to beat is Christian Braun, and he finishes over Christian Braun. It's good for 2. Jaden McDaniels, a 5-zip individual run by himself in the last 30 seconds. Down to under 7 minutes left to go in the second. Gordon shovels off to Jokic. Jokic was being held up by Cat. He actually caught it with one hand. Jokic swings it on top. Extra pass made by KCP out to the corner. Open 3. Christian Braun, no good. Around the rim and out. 7-point game. Minnesota with possession here. 6:35 left to go before half. Kyle Anderson turns the corner. Runner off the rim short. In the shooting motion, though, it's a foul. And this will be 2 free throws coming up by Kyle Anderson at the line as Kentavious Caldwell-Pope picks up the shooting foul. So Cat's fine right now. You was seen holding his knee by on a foul that he committed guarding Jamal Murray. Murray slipped and went frontwards into Cat, and Cat with his knee clipped off the backside of Murray, but Cat's on the floor playing ever since. He is fine. Hey, that's awesome, Vegas. That's awesome, man. For the Laos New Year. That's great. Yeah, we got some rain yesterday. Quite a bit of rain. It was actually foggy. Like, last night, early this morning. Pretty foggy. Yeah, I was at my girlfriend's graduation yesterday, luckily, because it rained. It was underneath the tent. I'll go through what happened here on the highway when we reach the next time out. Just crazy scene as we have Murray being knocked down. Jokic is back into the game. McDaniels picks up the foul on the floor, so that will stop the clock. 6:29 left to go. Garfield, welcome in. Kiefer of the channel, welcome on board. Murray inside the key, lot of space, soars up, opening at the rim. He puts it into the cylinder, good for 2. 36-29 right now. Jamal Murray having an excellent game, leading everybody with 17 points. Cat working on Gordon. Cat's down low, and we got an offensive foul. Whole crowd getting into it right now. Karl-Anthony Towns pushes off on Aaron Gordon inside the key. It's going back to the Nuggets. Both of the guys just holding on for one another there. Cat pushing off with his left arm extended on Gordon, and Aaron Gordon just, man, such a strong player. Selling the call, pointing in the direction for the Nuggets, and they got the call. 6 minutes left to go before halftime. Denver up by 7, looking to extend. Jokic, handoff, coming off the screen. Jumper, 16-footer, right down the chute, got it. Bang, bang for the deep 2 at the free throw circle. Contavious Caldwell-Pope knocks it down. 5 for 9 shooting in the second quarter by Denver. Just 2 for 8 for the T-Wolves in the second quarter. Mike Conley Jr., tight walk going down the baseline. Into the hands to Anderson. Low block off the glass. Too strong. Rebound control by Jokic. Looking to extend the lead up to double digits here. Murray at the top of the key, guarded by Anderson. Looking for some separation. Murray rises for the jumper. Fall away. Oh, Jamal Murray hits it. And one coming up in the free throw line by Jamal Murray. That's a mismatch right there. Sees the matchup. He goes for it. He knocks it down off the fall-away baseline. Jay over Anderson. Jamal Murray. What a bounce-back performance so far. Statement for the defending champion Nuggets in this first half. 11-point lead, 20 on the board if he makes the free throw here for Jamal Murray. Yeah, just so nice over that Niagara Falls area. I've been there once back in the late 2000s. We stayed at Clifton Hill. There was a Comfort Inn. They actually knocked it down. They built an F1 racetrack over there, which I'll get to racing on the highway once we get to the next commercial break. Brick 3 at the left corner by Jaden McDaniels. We saw a group of rally cars yesterday just drag racing each other down the highway in the middle of Boston. It was quite the scene as McDaniels picks up a reach and foul around the perimeter. Nuggets here. The bonus will head to the free throw line. McDaniels picks up his second. What's good? Brandon on the stream. Welcome in. Yeah, so I never lost power. We actually haven't had like a storm over here. We had one. There's been a lot of bad storms that's gone on. I'm from Massachusetts, so northeast U.S. Jamal Murray with 20 points going to head to the free throw line, shoot 2. There was a night. It wasn't last week. It was the week before. We actually had a hailstorm where I am. It was from, I think, the same storm that did damage with multiple tornadoes all the way across the U.S. We had a hailstorm where I was. First free throw was good by Murray. It's possible that they can recover, but this defense just looks like a force right now for Denver. They're going to have to start to pick up the scoring right now. They're having a lot of tough time generating easy looks. These are a lot of tough shots being attempted by Minnesota. 43-29, largest lead of the game, up by 14 for Denver. Edwards, he's been held in check right now. Edwards, by the way, has just had 2 points, 1 for 6 shooting. Bounce pass over to Cat. Cat backs his way. So it all depends on if Edwards shows up here starting in the second half. Cat, baseline dribble, no good over Christian Brown. He got fouled though. It's going to be 2 shots coming up at the free throw line for Karl-Anthony Towns. Well, that's good, Uncle Pizzle. Glad to have you back in the stream here, brother. Boyette on the channel, welcome in. AV in the stream, welcome in. Hit us up in the chat, by the way. Who you guys like to win this one tonight? And welcome in Francis, Mary Lou, just getting caught here. Caught up with who we got. New people joining in constantly. We got over 500 people plus watching right now. So if you enjoy the stream, keep on smashing the thumbs up. It helps this video out a ton. Being found on YouTube, hit that like, hit that subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. That storm, we didn't have any trees that we had to cut down. There was a bad one. It was 4 years ago. It actually happened on... Oh, it happened on the 13th of April during the pandemic, 2020. There was actually 2 giant pine trees that fell on the top of the roof of my house. Luckily, it didn't cave through because we'd be at a hotel like 4 years ago when that happened. But Yeah, we had 2 giant pine trees fall down. Bounce pass Murray over to Gordon. Soars up with a 2-handed flush. But nothing really recently. I think the last storm that we had bad was back in December, like a week before Christmas. We lost power for I think 3 days or so. Edwards attacking right to the cup. Tried to throw down a poster over KCP and went up and got fouled. So this will be 2 shots coming up at the free throw line by Edwards. Edwards, by the way, just has 2 points tonight. Edwards, first free throw is good. M. Stone, welcome back in here, bud. My clock's a little bit ahead right now for the game clock, so we are down to 4 minutes even left to go before half. 12-point game now, 45-33. Both teams in the bonus. Nuggets with possession. Christian Brown looks to turn a corner. Try to throw down the right-handed jam. Sword up, though, at the backside. At the rim, he meets Naz Reid, who picks up the personal foul. So this will be 2 shots by Christian Brown. Right now, disappointing start for Edwards today in this game. Edwards only has 4 points total in this first half. He's just 1 for 6 shooting. And then Cat today, he's got 8 right now. McDaniels is actually the top scorer for Minnesota with 10. So nobody's really been able to go off. Jamal Murray, 22 points. Game leader right now. Jokic with 8 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists in the first half. Murray, 7 for 13 from the floor. Good version of Jamal Murray. That's a big reason why they're up right now in this first half. Christian Brown. First one, he missed at the free throw line. Second one is good. 3 points now off the bench by Christian Brown. 13-point lead. This game is far from over right now. If you're Minnesota, all you have to do is turn on the switch with Anthony Edwards. Edwards, off a double team, gets it away to Conley. Top of the key, up fake here with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He is struggling tonight. Conley laces up a 3. That's an air ball, as Mike Conley's 3-point shot went well short. Nuggets with possession. 3.5 left to go before halftime. Murray circles around towards his left, has a step past Nickeil off the dribble, flings it off to Jokic, jab step, guarded by Rudy. Jokic backs his way, bouncing bodies over Rudy. Jokic inside the paint, no good. Second chance, it is there though. It's good for 2 for the Joker off the putback. 48-33. Jokic, if the first one doesn't go through, try again. He's almost got a double-double. 10, 9, and 5 for points, rebounds, and assists. Swoosh. The 3 is good. At the left wing perimeter by Cat for the triple. Karl-Anthony Towns up to 11. And Cat right now is the top scorer for the T-Wolves with those 11 points. Nuggets with possession. Murray has it here at the edge of the midcourt logo. Murray dribbles up, drives inside the key. Kick out to the left wing, up fake. KCP towards his left, and a follow-away came up short, no good. Rebound controlled by Conley. Gray, thanks so much for joining in here, bud. Hope all is going well. Glad to have you in the stream once again, man. Conley flings it out to Nickeil Alexander-Walker, having a tough game so far from the bench for him. Sends it off to Cat. Cat's got 11. Cat backs his way. Mismatch here. Working on Christian Brown. On a follow-away. He's got it. It's a 10-point game. Karl-Anthony Towns buries the 2. And the Nuggets will burn a timeout. 2:13 left to go before halftime. Karl-Anthony Towns working his way up to 13. If Edwards can start to get his buckets, then we're looking at a much closer game than a 10-point decision here for tonight's matchup. We take the timeout on the floor. 48-38 Denver. Wow. Been an excellent game so far, but it is far from over. All depends if Edwards can step it up in the second half. I've got confidence he can make this a game. I remember game number 1 against the Suns in the first round. He was held in check in the first half, and then he exploded. He had like 18 points in the third quarter alone for Anthony Edwards. They're having a lot of issues finding the gaps in the defense. For one, sure, where there is a gap today has been the wide open left corner 3-point shot. That is where there's been gaps in the defense for the Timberwolves to operate their offense. Denver came out and played with a historically strong all-time defense to begin this game, allowing the T-Wolves just 19 points in that first quarter. Right now, 24-19, the same exact box score that we had in the end of the first quarter is the second quarter box score here as well. Jamal Murray's been outstanding. 22 points in 19 minutes, 7 for 13 shooting, 3 for 5 from 3. Jokic is up to 10 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. The only thing after that is that those two guys have to be excellent, and they have been throughout tonight. The thing is who else is going to step up? If Aaron Gordon is able to step up, then the Nuggets are going to take this game. So it all depends. If the Nuggets have their complementary pieces, 3, 4, 5 plus scores, start to step up for their options, for the 3, 4, and 5 options. If they step up between Gordon, Porter Jr., KCP, then they got this one today. Those guys right now haven't been able to produce as strong. 5 points by KCP, 4 points each between Gordon and Porter Jr., whereas the T-Wolves, they're basically an Anthony Edwards away from making this a much, much closer game right now, where he has yet to really get going for Edwards. Just 4 points on 1 for 6 shooting tonight. Mandolito, welcome to the stream here from the Philippines. A lot of great supporters out on the channel from the Philippines. Andre, thanks for joining in. Yeah, Trinidad and Tobago has a lot of good supporters as well. A bunch of amazing people coming out here supporting these videos all over the world. It's incredible. So I had Denver for my prediction, but I would not count out Minnesota. Because honestly, I was on the fence about this pick. It all comes back to whether Anthony Edwards is going to go off in this game. And he got his numbers up right now. He's averaging 29.7 points per game in the series. He's only got 4 points right now and 1 for 6 shooting. The Nuggets have done a really good job just getting in his grill, locking him up so far. Murray, defended by Edwards, slides in on top off the Jokic. Rainbow on the 3, missed off the mark, no good. Rebound controlled by Gobert. 5 on the floor look like this in the final 2 minutes left to go before half. Rudy Gobert, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Anthony Edwards, Mike Conley, and Karl-Anthony Towns. Conley's jumper came up short. Conley's had a tough game for him so far today. 3 points, 1 for 6 shooting. Jokic lobs it up over the top for Gordon, tipped up in the air. Jokic comes out with an amazing offensive rebound between 3 defenders. Missed corner 3 off the mark by MPJ. That was almost a result of the recipient, a 3-second chance. Points off an incredible offensive rebound there by Jokic, but MPJ couldn't convert in the corner 3. Double team off to Edwards, gets it off the Cat to the left wing. Nickeil on a 3, no good. Skipped around the rim and out, and that's what I mean. It's not only Edwards, it's the other guys around him too. Bench players, Nickeil Alexander-Walker having a tough game. Double-double by Jokic. 10 points, 12 rebounds. Murray, jumper from the baseline, no good. Battle on the glass, Jokic. Oh, he puts it through off the putback. It is good for 2 for the Joker, and 1 coming up at the free throw line. He is playing out of his mind right now on the glass. Tipped off the rim, battling for position here, working on Gobert. He was double teamed as well. Sliced in between Gobert and Edwards. Goes over the top of Gobert, tips it right back up and in. 12 points and 13 rebounds now for 12 points and 14 rebounds now for Jokic. So that gets statted actually as 2 rebounds on that last possession. The first tip that he missed and then the second tip that he got. So it got statted as 2. And the free throw is good. 13 and 14 for points and rebounds for the Joker. Just having the game of his life right now on the glass in this first half. Second chance points deciding this game currently. 14-2. Second chance points in favor of Denver. Edwards, top of the free throw circle. He's just clamped on by Christian Brown. Mike Conley swings it out to the wing. Touch pass, right quarter. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, jumper over KCP. Another brick by Nickeil. Rebound secured by Jokic for the 15th time in the first half. This dude is halfway to 30 rebounds in this game right now. 30 seconds left to go in the quarter. Jokic, top of the free throw circle. Backs his way on Gobert, 1-on-1. Jokic, boosting on top off to Murray. Murray lobs it off to Jokic. 5 in the shot clock. Jokic drives. Jokic kick to the corner. Intercepted by Edwards. Here he goes up the floor. Off to Conley. Conley attacks. Blocked by Christian Brown. KCP up ahead. They got a 3-on-1. Murray inside the key. Floats up the runner. He got it to go. It's good for 2. 53-38 Denver. An amazing block right there by Christian Brown. And the 3 at the buzzer off the mark. No good by Edwards. We close out. We go into halftime. A historical, all-time great performance by the Denver Nuggets. Christian Brown not backing down from the challenge. Locking down Anthony Edwards on multiple possessions in the first half. And with a massive block at the rim in transition. Leading to the bucket for 2 on a 3-on-1 by the Nuggets to close out the second quarter. That's just an all-time defensive performance in the first half. 38 points they allow for Denver's defense as we enter halftime. Just everybody's just so locked in and focused for Denver. Just, man, outstanding defense in itself. In most cases, that would be an easy 2. For a role player coming off the bench like Christian Brown, results in a block, and then they score 2 on the fast break. Like, that's just outstanding. Jamal Murray, 24 points in 21 minutes. Bounce back performance by him in the first half. Been absolutely excellent. 13 points with 15 rebounds by the Joker. Insane. 15 boards and half one by Jokic. That's a final score rebound margin. We've only played half of the game so far. Other than that, it's those 2 guys, honestly, that's been carrying the team. 37 out of the 53 combined between Murray and Jokic. The Nuggets, with that duo of Murray and Jokic, are just 1 point shy of what Minnesota has on the scoreboard with 38. 5 by KCP, 4 each between Gordon and Porter Jr., and then 3 off the bench by Christian Brown. And Christian Brown has been able to lock up a lot of guys out there and contest shots. These guys are focused. These guys are playing their best basketball of this series and maybe of this season in this game right here for Denver, especially defensively. Defensively, they're playing the best defense in a long, long time for the Nuggets, how they've responded in this game. And for Minnesota, 13 by Karl Anthony Towns, 10 by Jaden McDaniels. It's been a rough game for Anthony Edwards. If Anthony Edwards goes off, then we're looking at a tie score most likely going into half for Edwards, but they're down by 15. 4 points in 21 minutes, just 1 for 7 shooting by Edwards so far. Not himself. Obviously, he can flip the switch rather quickly, but it's not only Edwards, it's other guys struggling too. So I haven't even mentioned Mike Conley yet. Mike Conley, veteran point guard for the team, just 2 total assists in the first half for him. 3 points on 1 for 7 shooting. And then the bench has been off its game. Really off. And so Denver, one of the key things that Denver has done is they've started to really just clamp down on Edwards. Haven't been able to allow much space for Edwards to operate. And a lot of the other key players, too. Like Cat. Cat's got 13 points on 5 for 6 shooting. But able to lock down guys like Edwards, or not being able to give Cat as many shooting opportunities that he would like. It's opening up the floor for other players to knock down those open, uncontested shots. And for Minnesota, they have not been able to provide that answer today. Yeah, McDaniels has been good too. So Cat and McDaniels, the two that's been solid. The Nuggets are daring Nickeil Alexander-Walker to beat them specifically. And that has not been an answer tonight for Minnesota. Nickeil Alexander-Walker enters halftime with 0 points. He's 0 for 5 shooting, 0 for 4 from three-point range. So they've opened up that corner of the perimeter where Nickeil likes to shoot. And he keeps on breaking shots. So they've left an open corner for shooters, but just haven't been able to get them down. Mike Conley is well off today. He had a couple air balls or missed the rim short for Mike Conley, so he's been off. Nickeil's been way off. Edwards has just got locked down. They're showing some of these replays right now. Nickeil, or no, that was McDaniels who missed the corner three. But yeah, Nickeil has had a couple good looks that he hasn't been able to make. Naz Reid had one too that he was open in the corner, couldn't make after making the first one. Credit out to Christian Brown. Had a huge block in transition. Like, these guys are hustling, playing their hearts out in that first half for the Nuggets defense. 45-point loss. And this is how you respond. This is what champions are made from. You respond back like that if you're Denver. I saw this exactly happen 2 years ago. The Golden State Warriors, they trailed by 55 at one point against the Memphis Grizzlies in the playoffs on their championship run back in 2022 from 2 years ago. The Warriors, they were without Steve Kerr that game. They got shredded against Memphis, and then they responded, and they won the NBA championship that year, even though they faced a big obstacle along the stretch, and that was losing by 55. So Nuggets had an awful night on Thursday. I had said at the end of that stream, short memory. If you're the Nuggets, that's what you need to have, short memory. Because if you don't have a short memory, then this game's going to come back to bite you, and you're going to lose this game, and it's not going to be a chance, an opportunity for a two-peat there to go back-to-back for Denver. And, oh my, they have definitely had a short memory out of this one today. Setting the tone early on, their defenses look special. It's been quite the first half for Denver. If you're doing the stream, feel free to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe here, ring the notification bell if you'd like to be notified for future live streams on the channel. And my next stream will be Celtics against Pacers. That'll be on Tuesday night. Feel free to join back in, 8 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. I'm also hoping on covering the winner of this game versus Dallas on Wednesday. Also, right now, since we're at halftime, all those links that I have are posted in the description of this video if anybody's interested in checking them out. Feel free to check out the Behind the Arc Basketball channel memberships for special shout-outs if anybody's interested in becoming a channel member. It's as low as $1.99 per month to do so. At the membership rate, you get shout-outs at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. We got over 20-plus channel members currently on the channel, and that link is pinned into the chat, posted in the description of this video as well. And got a lot of cool merchandise too on the channel, so if anybody's interested, feel free to check out the merchandise site for a lot of cool Behind the Arc Basketball items we got out there. Short sleeve and long sleeve shirts, iPhone cases, stickers, pillows, sweatshirts, mugs, sandals. A lot of cool items over on the merchandise sites. on Teespring. So if anybody's interested during halftime, feel free to check that out. All those links are posted in the description of this video. My Twitter link, which my Twitter is @BehindTheArc14. Discord, we got that link posted in the description of this video, same as the shoutouts, which is pinned to the chat, and then the channel merchandise, which is now posted in the chat, also in the description of this video. So feel free, if anybody's interested, to check those out. Jared, welcome in, man. Yep. I looked back at the regular season history. The Pacers actually took 2 games against the Celtics. The Celtics went 3-2 against the Pacers. Still got confidence that Boston will be able to do it. But this Pacers team is pretty deep. They're under the radar for them. Hey, we get a member here on the stream. Let's get that member hype for Paul. Really appreciate it, bud. Paul, the legend in the channel. Yeah, so I heard that Porzingis is out for games 1 and 2. The goal, though, is to get Porzingis back at some point during the Eastern Conference Finals. I saw a video, I believe it was from yesterday during practice, that he was up and walking during practice. I know he's been doing some light work recently for him. But, yeah, the hope is to get him back sometime during the Eastern Conference Finals for Porzingis. And the goal has been accomplished that they needed to get done fast through these series matchups, and they needed the next opponent to get taken to 7 games, and now they face their second straight opponent that has just came off a 7-game matchup. I feel like game 1, for certain, Boston should be able to blow out Indiana in game 1. Game 1 this season, in the regular season in early November, the Celtics beat the Pacers 155-101. I think that was like tied for the largest margin of victory in franchise history, and I believe it was the most points scored in a single game of the Celtics this season for them. So they should have no issues in that game 1, because they know who they're facing. They've studied up on both of these opponents for a while now. It's just who the question was, who were they going to face, the Pacers or the Knicks? That was the question mark about that series. So if you're the Celtics, after you wrapped up, you're definitely watching film, and if you're head coach Joe Mazzulla, you're probably started to prep like both of the teams for like plan 1, plan 2 for like both teams, and then now it's just the focus on the Pacers. My question is game 2, because they lost both game 2s that they played in so far by the Celtics. They come out so well in game 1. Tough for a lot of teams to match up against them. They're always just prepared in game 1, and they destroy their opponent. I can see that happening once again on Tuesday. It's just, how do they fare on Thursday, coming off that win? Big time win. Back of their whole floor, but I believe they were 15-15 since 2021 entering this week in home games for the playoffs. Yeah, so I'm not entirely nervous either. Myself, being a Celtics fan, if you guys didn't know, I'm from Massachusetts, about like an hour south of Boston. Been a Celtics fan my entire life, but I cover the entire NBA. Yeah, Boston should be able to take that one. My prediction is either, I'm I'm going to go with 5, most likely once again. It's either going to be 5 or 6 for my prediction. Pacers low-key have a really, really good team for them, but low-key they've been slept on a ton. It's just, that was against a Knicks team where they were playing heavy minutes and they're not deep for New York. They were playing like a 7 or 8 man rotation throughout the entire course of the playoffs. Yeah, they're going to run into a much more deeper Celtics team, and Boston just got a lot of balance with them, like offense and defense, whereas the Knicks were more so defensive minded, but not as strong offensively for them. Today was shocking. It gave up 130 points for New York's defense, and the Pacers shredded them. Pacers sustained, what they shot like 68% from the floor in the entire game for the Pacers. It was stunning that they just were able to sustain that throughout the entire game. They closed out the first quarter shooting above 76% for them. Yeah, they could definitely win without Porzingis. They've had the same roster, basically everybody there, minus Drew Holiday, and then it's, in my opinion, I feel like a better roster with the same guys that they had for last season, because Peyton Pritchard didn't really receive minutes last year. A lot of those minutes went towards Grant Williams, which is no longer with the Celtics, and he was the one who, of course, had to poke the bear, and then Jimmy Butler went off right back at him, and the Heat were able to win in 7 last year. I mean, if you don't poke the bear, the things might be different last year. And then how did that go for Dallas? Dallas traded Grant Williams at the trade deadline, and they go from being like a 9th place team in the West to being the 5 seed and now in the Western Conference Finals for the Mavs. Here we go. Start to the third quarter right now. Right to left on the floor, Jamal Murray dribbles baseline, floats up the shot at the low right block, and he drills it to start off the third quarter of action. 55-38. Welcome back in, everybody, as we enter the second half right now, and the Nuggets out to an excellent start. Yeah, I think game number 1, Celtics going to win by a ton. Cat off the turnaround gets fouled by Murray. Referees are going to say it's on the shot right now. I believe they're saying it's going to be 2 shots. Leon, welcome in the stream here, bud. Hiron on the channel, welcome in. Insane Plays in the channel, welcome in from the Philippines. This will not be in the shot, so this will be on the floor, according to the referees. They've been signaling 2. The referees did signal 2, and then they reversed it. So this will be an inbound for Minnesota. Minnesota trailing by 17 with a possession. Top of the key, Edwards. Edwards just 1 for 7 from the floor in the first half. He's guarded by Gordon 101. Bounce pass, top of the key, Towns. Launches the 3, off the rim, no good. Tipped to Jokic. Tapped over to KCP for the defensive rebound. Jokic up the floor for the Joker. Monster double-double with 15 rebounds in the first half. Hand off to Murray. Murray at the corner, takes the 3, off the rim, no good. Edwards collects the defensive rebound. Edwards gets past Jokic. They got numbers in transition. Gobert blocked to the rim as it goes right back to Denver. KCP up the floor. Kick. Corner. Open 3. Murray. Oh, he hits it. Bang, 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 bang. Jamal Murray. Once again, a laser right down the middle. It's a 20-point lead for the Nuggets. 29 points, making his 4th 3 of the game by Murray. Conley flings it out to the left wing to Cat. Cat drives on Gordon inside the key. Cat lobs it over to Gobert. Stays in the quarter play. Out to the right corner, McDaniels. McDaniels bounce pass into the hands of Cat. For the shot clock. They're all out of sorts. Cat forces up a jumper. Off the back rim, no good. Rebound secured by Jokic. They're forcing up prayers here from Minnesota, and looking like this game is out of reach here right now. KCP. Bounce pass, top of the key. Michael Porter Jr. over to the top here to Jokic. Jokic, handoff, turning the corner. Jumper, 16-footer, no good. Around the rim and out, missed by KCP. Rebound controlled by Minnesota. Minnesota on a 4-minute, 15-second scoring drought right now. Mike Conley at the left wing perimeter. Flings it down on top to Cat. Fires a fastball. Down low off to the cutter. Rudy Gobert scores. Flushes it home with a 2-hand jam. The best play we've seen all day by Minnesota. Rudy Gobert up to 5 total points now. Hand off to Murray. Murray at the baseline. Murray, right baseline dribble. Murray up fake and got pushed. Tight rope off the baseline as that is a foul committed by Minnesota. So Jamal Murray got pushed underneath the rim. That's by Cat, who picks up the personal foul. Foul numbers look like this today. 4 personal fouls by Jaden McDaniels right now. That's the second committed by Cat. 2 by Edwards. 2 each between a quad of players. Porter Jr., Murray, and KCP, and also Justin Holiday. Missed shot by Denver. Off the inbound. It goes back to Minnesota. Anthony Edwards. Only 4 total points in this game. Accelerates downhill to the cup. Edwards. Kick out to the corner. Open 3. McDaniels connects on it. 58-43. Take it possession at a time. Jaden McDaniels been a bright spot in this game. They're just 5 for 19 from 3 from Minnesota. It's only 26%. McDaniels has 13. Cat has 13. Murray, dump off inside to key off to Gordon. Swings it out to the top here to Jokic. Jokic drives inside, working on Cat. Jokic, a Houdini-type shot as we have a foul committed. Charge to Cat. He was looking to force the tie-up, couldn't do so according to the referees, and Cat picks up his 3rd personal foul. Lee Christian on the stream. Welcome on board. Ryan, thanks for joining in here, man. That's just strong hands by Jokic. Cat thought that he tied up Jokic, and the referees rolled it a shooting foul. And now Minnesota is going to challenge this call. The T-Wolves will challenge this call right now on the floor. According to the officials, it was ruled a shooting foul. Minnesota's going to take their first challenge of the night. We take the timeout on the floor. 8:48 left to play 3rd quarter. What's good, everybody? Feel free to hit us up in the chat. Who you guys like to win this game tonight here? T-Wolves or Nuggets? Type it in. Welcome in Garfield on the stream. Thanks all for joining in here. And if you guys are new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe tonight. Anthony Edwards still struggling to get going. Just 4 points, 1 for 7 shooting. Just been locked up this entire game for him. And Jokic just having a big, big night on the glass. 13 points, 16 rebounds by the Joker. Jamal Murray's got 29. Insane performance by Murray, playing out of his mind tonight. He had a horrific game in Game 6 on Thursday and bouncing back in a massive way for him. Super unhappy about how he played, and it's been a roller coaster of a series here for Jamal Murray, from the heat pack that he threw in the court early on in the series in Game number 2 to right now for Jamal Murray, where he is just taken over. The best player by far tonight on the floor. Really feeling it from the floor here. Hitting his shots. Hitting a lot of tough shots. And both of these teams defensively have done a great job. But for Minnesota in their offense, this is where the disappointment lies today. Has been through Minnesota's offense for them. They've had some pretty good looks, especially at the corner, for opportunities to make some shots. Just haven't been able to hit those shots today. Just 32% shooting in this game. Only 5 for 19 from 3-point range. Just disappointing, especially for Anthony Edwards, because it usually feels like Anthony Edwards has a step past everybody on the floor. Just he's that explosive, but today he's been held in check, and his opportunities have been very, very little for him. And when he's been able to have the opportunities, it hasn't been with a head full of steam getting down, getting to the rim for Anthony Edwards. It's been jacking up contested jumpers and missing those shots. So this was challenged on the floor, whether it's Karl-Anthony Towns tying up Jokic. It was initially ruled a shooting foul, but Minnesota challenged it on the floors. If this stands, this would be the third personal foul picked up charged to Towns tonight. And Pat Dixon on the stream, welcome in. So we're just waiting for the challenge here. It's been unsuccessful. That will be ruled an unsuccessful challenge by the officials. So that will be Cat's third personal foul. They're in quite a bit of foul trouble right now for Minnesota. Jaden McDaniels, who's been excellent tonight with 13 points, has 4 personal fouls. Karl-Anthony Towns, who's also tied for the top score with 13 points, has 3 personal fouls. After that, everybody else is single digits. 5 points or fewer. First shot by Jokic was no good. So your top 2 scorers in the game are in foul trouble right now if you're Minnesota. Jokic, second one's good. 16-point lead. And Edwards is struggling. So where do you start from here? It's all going to start with Edwards. Edwards at the top of the key. Pick set by Gobert. Moves it off to the right corner. Skip pass around the perimeter. They work their way to Edwards. Open 3. Off the rim, no good. Now 1 for 8 shooting. Offensive rebound controlled by Conley. It was wide open, but Edwards couldn't make it. Edwards at the top. Dribbles up to the free throw circle. Edwards, jumper, step back deep 2. No good. Not seeing the rim tonight at all by Anthony Edwards. What in the world is going on? Man. Just not picking it up right now by Edwards. He airballed it wide of the rim out of bounds. Murray shovels off to Jokic. Jokic at the right baseline, backs his way, showing patience, defended by Cat. Outside, moves it off to KCP, bounce pass to Jokic, brings along a double team. KCP gets it away to Murray. 8 minutes left to go. Murray with 29, jumper, takes it. Off the back rim, no good, tipped up in the air. Rebound controlled by Conley. Conley up the floor, finds Edwards. Edwards really struggling, 1 for 9 from the floor. Cat, up fake. Cat drives right past Jokic. He is blocked at the rim by Gordon. Not clean though as the referees roll the blocking foul. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line from Minnesota with Karl-Anthony Towns. Just an all-time defensive display by Denver in this game. 43 points with just 7:47 left to go in the third right now. That's all that the Nuggets have surrendered in point totals today. So for Minnesota to come back, they're going to need a big 3. Like a massive 3-point shot in order to swing in a run for them, I feel like. It's going to have to be a combo between a 3 followed up by a dunk. Some sort of similarity with that. A dunk and a 3. They'll have to go on some sort of run. And in order to get their team going, they're going to need a combo of those 2. Between a 3 and a dunk during a sequence. Both of the free throws are good by Cat. He's got 15 right now. 14-point game currently. 59-45. Jamal Murray crosses the midcourt logo. Murray's guarded by Edwards 101. Murray around the Jokic screen has a step past Edwards. Now Edwards guards him. Jokic bounce past Murray. Cuts to the hoop. Murray blocked by Gobert. Okay, they got that sequence. Here goes Edwards up the floor. Dribble drive attack right to the rim. He scores. Up and off the backboard. 2 points there, 59-47. So I'll take that in between as a sequence right there. A block and then coast to coast with a layup. Scored by Edwards. And now, in order to put them away, they would need to at least get back into this game to get momentum. You're going to have to, after this timeout, hit a 3. You're going to have to force a stop, hit a 3 if you're Minnesota. And then we're talking. Once they get winning 9, we'll start to think about this game a little bit more differently. Right now, Anthony Edwards, that is huge for him. Off the Gobert block. 12-point game currently right now as we take the timeout. So still a long way left to go in this game. All depends on what happens with Edwards. Edwards, at the start of the playoffs 1 month ago, he was amazing in the first game in the series against Phoenix, where he had 18 points after a struggling first half. Went off for 18 points alone in the third quarter against Phoenix. We'll see if this starts to spark something here for Edwards. That is the first play that I've seen all throughout the course of this game that legit he has had a step faster than the entire defense for him, that he has been able to make an impact offensively on. So Anthony Edwards now up to 6 points and just 2 for 10 shooting. He's going to have to go perfect almost throughout this entire game. Chuck, welcome in. Thanks for joining in here, man. If you guys are new to the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified here for future live streams on the channel. And what a game we've got here currently. Right now, 59-47. Minnesota down by 12, looking to mount a run. All you need to do for Minnesota is just do the following. Lock up Murray and Jokic and force other players to beat you besides those two. That's all you need to do. Murray has 29 points. Jokic has 14 points and 16 rebounds. Jokic is playing out of his mind on the glass. If they could lock those two guys up and they struggle both to generate offense, then Minnesota has a chance to come back in this game. Because after that, there's no balance for Denver tonight offensively out of just the big two for them. Murray with 29, Jokic is 14. And then after that, 5 points by KCP, 4 points each between Gordon and Porter, 3 by Christian Brown. And Michael Porter Jr. is struggling. He's 2 for 8 shooting. If Minnesota is able to force that basketball to be sent more towards Michael Porter Jr., then gives you an opportunity. He's been trying to knock down deep twos, and he's been bricking them off the back rim long constantly in this game. You got to force that basketball out of the hands of either Murray or Jokic, because every single possession, it's either those two that's doing the damage offensively, and they haven't been able to force it out into other players looking to beat you today. You got to get the other guys to see if they can beat you, and I've just not been able to see that yet from Gordon, from Porter Jr. Just hasn't been there. So we get back to action. Aaron Gordon's got the basketball. He's got some space here around the perimeter, guarded by Gobert. Sends it off to Jokic, top of the free throw circle. Jokic, Murray, Gordon, Porter Jr., KCP, the 5 on the floor. Or you can take a Jokic brick 3. Jokic bricks his third 3 in the night. He's 0 for 3 from the perimeter, despite shooting 6 for 13 from the floor. Mike Conley shovels it out to the left wing. Under 7 minutes left to go. Edwards, wide open, takes the 3. No good. Missed around the rim and out. He's out of looks. Haven't been able to get him. Transition 3. Murray came off the rim shorts. That's a 3 that he's been able to make throughout this game. At that time, he wasn't able to do so. Edwards, kick out to the corner. McDaniels with a 3. He delivers. It's a 9-point game. 12-1 run by the T-Wolves. Didn't I say that a couple minutes ago? They would need some sort of sequence. I had stated a dunk and a 3-point shot. That block that led to the transition coast-to-coast layup by Edwards was even more critical as well. Here's a 3 straight away. That is well off the mark, and that's the guy that you want to see if he can beat you offensively. Did not do so right there. Michael Porter Jr. completely missed an open top of the key 3, bricked it off the right side of the glass, didn't even hit rim. Edwards gets the way off the Towns, into the hands to Edwards. Edwards at the right wing perimeter here from Minnesota, down by 9. Edwards at the right wing, sends it off with 3 in the shot clock. Outside touch pass, left corner 3. Mike Conley hits it. Oh, it's a 6-point game. 59-53, and we keep on going. Mike Malone will not take a timeout. Mike Malone was the head coach that allowed a 20-0 run happen in the last game. Jokic backs his way over to Murray, elevates for the J. Off the mark, no good. They're going cold. Rebound controlled by Minnesota. If they make a bucket here, you need to take a timeout. You should have already taken one, Mike Malone. Conley gets it away into the hands of Towns, over to Edwards. Edwards, left wing perimeter, crossover. Edwards, left corner, 5 of the shot clock. Edwards, skip pass right corner, intercepted by KCP. KCP picks off the steal. No points in the last 6 minutes almost for Denver recently. And the clock goes down to 5 minutes remaining in the third as Mike Conley, away from the basketball, picks up a foul here away from the ball. 5 minutes left. Yeah, Edwards has had some open looks, and he is just not seeing the rim properly in this game right now. Kevin, welcome in. Michael, thanks for joining in here, man. Inbound for Denver. Jokic with the ball. 5 minutes left to go in the third. Jokic drives to the low block, backs his way in cat, dribbles out to the left elbow. Jokic sends it on top. Murray, extra pass over to KCP. KCP at the top, dribbles up, drives, jumper at the left elbow on a rainbow, came off the rim short, tipped up over to Christian Braun, floats up the runners, the shot clock expires, gets it through, it is good for two. Oh, what a lucky possession by Denver. Christian Braun, the ball bounces his way. It is 16-2 and second chance points in favor of the Nuggets. Naz Reid, no look pass right corner. Missed three off the mark, no good by Cat. Tipped over to Cat for the offensive rebound. Cat lost the handle, got it back, guarded by Brown. Outside to the wing, Edwards. Edwards having a tough game. Edwards drives. Edwards got it stripped out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. 4:13 left to go. Anthony Edwards tonight. Just 6 total points on 2 for 12 shooting from the floor. Edwards, the inbound passer, at the baseline underneath his hoop. Lobs it off to Towns. Cats inside the key. Guarded by Jokic with a left hand. Drops it into the buckets. Good for the layup by Karl-Anthony Towns. We got a 6-point game once again. 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Christian Braun on top off to Jokic. Jokic, top of the free throw circle. He's guarded by Cat 101. Jokic, hand off to Reggie Jackson. Reggie dribbles up to the elbow, swings it on top of Jokic. He tries a three, a rainbow. Off the back rim, no good. Jokic yet to connect on the three. Edwards has it at the top and gives it off to Conley. Back into the hands to Edwards. 15 on the shot clock. Anthony Edwards slides it off to his right. Conley. Towns launches. Towns no good. He skipped around the rim and out. Rebound secured here by Denver. They've had a lot of looks from the corner. Haven't been able to bury one. And the Denver offense has gone stagnant. Just 8 total points in this entire quarter. With 3:20 left to go for the Nuggets. Jokic at the left wing perimeter. Jokic backs his way on Cat 101. Jokic inside the key. Jokic, his pass deflected. Intercepted out ahead of the pack here. Open two. It's a dunk by Edwards. It's a 4-point game. 61-57 and a timeout finally taken by head coach Mike Malone. That timeout was way too late. Here come the T-Wolves. Anthony Edwards off the steal. It's a 4-point game. That's why the saying, it ain't over till it's over, is so true. And we got it tonight. If you're new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified for future live streams. The Denver Nuggets looking to put away the T-Wolves, but the T-Wolves not so fast, storming back. And the Denver Nuggets looking like another version of an Afuka Choka tonight in this one here. Top players look like this. Jamal Murray, 29 points. Leading the way for Denver, but struggling to generate offense. Just 8 total points this entire third quarter. 19-8 in favor of Minnesota in the third quarter box score. 14 points, 17 rebounds. 5 assists by Nikola Jokic. Jokic is 0 for 4 from 3-point range right now. He's had open looks every single time at the top of the key. Just cannot make them for the Joker. After that, they got nobody else that can beat you tonight. 5 points between the KCP and Christian Braun. Nobody else can beat you. It's just 2 players that's shown up in this game for Denver. Minnesota, they've got 2 as well. Karl-Anthony Towns, 17. Rudy Gobert Karl-Anthony Towns got 17. That's Jaden McDaniels, who has 16 today. Edwards is up to 8. This is part of a 19-3 run in the last 7 minutes. Denver's offense is stalled out. Minnesota's offense stalled out in the first half, and now it's Denver's. Reggie Jackson, his pass gets thrown away completely. That's a big ew right there. Results in a turnover. Threw it to the wrong player, stolen away inside the key by Edwards. Edwards at the top of the key. 2:45 left to go here in the third. Edwards guarded off a double team. Swings it on top. Naz Reid fires a bullet to the left corner. Missed off the mark. No good. Nickeil Alexander-Walker missed another three. Rebound control by KCP. Jokic up the floor. It's Jokic, Jackson, Caldwell Pope, Christian Brown, and number 9, Justin Holiday. That's the 5 in the floor. The only player that can beat you here is Jokic. Jokic showing patience. Jokic backs his way. Jokic turn around. Off the back rim, no good. A rebound secure by Edwards. Edwards on the floor with Kat McDaniels, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and Naz Reid. Edwards with a 3. Bricked off the rim, no good. A rebound secure by Denver. Christian Brown. Final 2 minutes left to go. 4-point advantage for the Nuggets. Nobody can score right now. Only one player for both of these teams logistically can beat you on the floor. Quarter 3, another brick off the back rim missed by KCP. Nobody can hit a shot here currently. Nickeil crosses midcourts. I had said at the beginning of this game that this game had vibes to the Nuggets versus Jazz, Game 7 in the Disney bubble from 4 years ago. As Cat dribbles baseline, Cat gets fouled. Karl-Anthony Towns will shoot 2 coming up at the free throw line. Reggie Jackson picks up the shooting foul. 1:33 left to go. The Denver Nuggets at one point held on to a 20-point lead. That is all of a sudden been lost. 2 shots here at the line for Karl-Anthony Towns. Cat's had a solid game for him today. One of 2 players in double figures from Minnesota. First one's good. If you're new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell if you'd like to be notified for future live streams. Hit us up in the chat, by the way, who you guys like to win today here. Nuggets or T-Wolves? Typing into the chat. 18 points, 8 rebounds by Karl-Anthony Towns. Second shot by Cat, right down the middle. 61-59. Crawls winning 2 here from Minnesota. They trail this maybe by 20. Murray back into the game. You know what that means. The scoring's going to start to pick up. He's been a one-man show tonight with 29. Jokic with 14 alongside 17 rebounds. Jokic bouncing bodies, defended by Cat inside the key. Jokic, fall away, takes it, and he makes it. Nikola Jokic back to a 4-point game, scores the 2. Top of the key with Cat. Cat's guarded by Christian Brown, 101. Dribble, drive, right down the lane inside, and he scores with a left hand, up and in, off the backboard by Karl-Anthony Towns. T-Wolves were looking for a fall call, couldn't get it. Missed lob down low off to Jokic. And there, it actually went in. So it's going to be over to, it's going to be at the cylinder. Jokic got it for 2 off the glass, and then Naz Reid deflected it out of bounds. That's going to be a goaltend charge to Naz Reid. So it's a 4-point lead once again. Back-to-back buckets by Denver, scored by Jokic. He's got 18 currently for the Joker. Cat leading the way from Minnesota with 21. 16 points by McDaniels. Edwards, just 8 points on 3 for 14 shooting and 0 for 6 from 3. 4-point lead for Denver. So we're under 50 seconds left to go. Closing out the third quarter. Mike Conley lobs it to the left elbow into the hands to Cat. Cat brings along a double team. His pass broken up, deflected, and intercepted by KCP. Justin Holiday has it up the floor off the Caldwell Pope steal. Bounce pass broken up by Naz Reid. Deflected out of bounds. Yeah, they should be able to take care of business there for the Celtics in the next round. I'd be shocked if they weren't able to take that one against the Pacers. Far side of the floor here. Denver about to get the inbounds. Justin Holiday inbounds it over to Murray. Murray at the Ball Arena logo. Jokic sets the pick. Murray lost the handle, turns it over. Anthony Edwards with a steal. Edwards soars up, and he throws it down with a 2-handed flush. It's a 2-point game right now, 65-63. Denver with possession. They'll try it again. Edwards up to 6 points this quarter, 10 in the game. Edwards. Edge of the midcourt logo. 1 possession game. 20 seconds left. Edwards flings it off to Jokic. Backs his way inside the key. Jokic. Fall away. Rainbow. Well off the mark. No good. He got fouled though at the tail end of the shot. It's going to be 2 free throws coming up by the Joker at the line. Oh, what a game here, folks. 11.9 seconds left to go in the third quarter. It's basically been 2 players trying to save Denver in this game. Jokic and Murray. Jokic and Murray. Jokic and Murray. Everybody else with 5 points or fewer for the Nuggets. First free throw by Jokic. That is good. Jokic with 19 and 17 rebounds. Murray is 29. After that, everybody else has scored 5 or fewer. That includes Gordon, who has 4. Porter Jr., who has 4. Second free throw by Jokic. That is good. 4-point advantage. Denver had a 20-point lead, and now it's down to 4. 12 seconds left to go. Edwards picks it up, crossing the midcourt logo. Edwards at the top of the key. Edwards. 5 seconds left to go. Edwards, step back 3 over Gordon, takes it, and he makes it. Bang, bang, Anthony Edwards, right before the buzzer, sizzles the triple. 67-66, it's a 1-point game. The Denver Nuggets, a major Afuka choka, as they have choked on a big one tonight. Anthony Edwards. That is a him-type shot right there off the step back, and he has arrived. 13 by Edwards. 1-point game, fourth quarter incoming. Gonna be a battle to the final whistle. Final buzzer. We've got it right now, and the final 12 minutes left to go, coming back after the swap between quarters. Unbelievable game. They had a 20-point lead and they have choked it away. And now it's down to 1. They're not going to win unless Gordon and Michael Porter Jr. step up here in the fourth quarter. 2 guys who scored basically all the points and the majority of the points. That is not sustainable. 49 out of the 67 combined between Jokic and Murray. Nowhere near sustainable. 73% of the points, almost 3/4 of the points, have been through 2 players, Jokic and Murray. Aaron Gordon, just 4 points tonight. Michael Porter Jr., just 4 points tonight. 5 by KCP, 5 off the bench by Christian Brown. Reggie Jackson, goose egg. Justin Holiday, goose egg. Anthony Edwards showing up now. They got 3 players in double figures. 21 by Cat, 16 by McDaniels, 13 by Edwards. Conley's got 6. 5 by Gobert with 2 blocks, 8 rebounds. Off the bench, 3 by Naz Reid, 2 by Anderson. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, if he makes any 3, they win this game. If Nickeil can make a 3 in the fourth quarter, they will win this game. Mark my words. He has got nothing. He is 0 for 6 shooting, 0 for 5 from 3-point range. All he needs is a 3, and they would take the lead. Any of those open 3s to drop, they would take the lead for Nickeil right now. He hasn't been able to do that. And Edwards has started to find the cracks in the defense. This is evaporating, and it's evaporated fast for Denver. And a 20-point lead is down to the slimmest that could ever be if you're the leading team, and that's a 1-point game. Andre, welcome in. Back-to-back Andres on the stream we got here. Kentron, welcome to the channel here, bud. Mina on the stream, welcome in. Carlos on board, welcome on the channel here. Feel free, let us know in the chat who you guys like to win today. Type it in, Nuggets or T-Wolves. If you're doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We got 800 plus watching, the real legends on the channel here tonight. 67-66. Here we go. About to start the fourth quarter of action. Mike Malone being interviewed right now. National television. 3 losses this series, 2 in the previous 16 playoff games. Michael Malone not taking his timeouts when the lead has evaporated, and that's come back to bite Denver. As we get just a 1-point game right now. At one point, it was a 19-4 run by the T-Wolves in the third quarter. Minnesota outscored Denver 28-14. Gobert at the rim, soars up. He got it. And one coming up at the free throw line by Rudy Gobert. Minnesota takes the lead. Chuck to the membership. Let's get that member hype for Chuck. Legendary. Thanks so much, brother. Really appreciate it, man. One shot coming up here at the line for Gobert. The free throw is up. The free throw is no good. Missed off the front rim. A rebound controlled by Porter Jr. Denver down by 1. Basically, 75% of the points almost have been scored by 2 players. Murray with 29, Jokic with 20. Murray at the left wing perimeter. A lot of dribbling here. Shot clock's already down to 8. Murray dribbles up inside the key. Flings it out on top. Jokic, who is yet to make a 3, has to launch here over Naz Reid. Takes it. No good. Skipped around the rim and out. That ball's not moving whatsoever for the Nuggets. Rebound controlled by Edwards. Conley swings it inside the key off to Gobert. Naz Reid down low. And he got it. Good for 2 by Reid. 6th man of the year, scoring a big bucket. A 3-point lead for the T-Wolves. Jokic attacks. Jokic drives downhill. Jokic bumped into and fouled. And we'll see if this will result in 2 shots or not here for the Joker. 11:05 left to go. Largest halftime deficit overcome in a Game 7 is 11 points. Minnesota trailed at halftime by 15. They trailed as many by 20. So the referees, as Jokic was about to set up at the free throw circle, the referees have rolled it on non-shooting fouls. So this will be an inbound coming up for Denver. Christian Braun, the inbound passer, sends it off to Murray. Murray has it at the left wing perimeter. He is guarded by Edwards. Gets past him off the Jokic screen. Murray dribbles up. Now takes on Edwards. Flings it off to Jokic. Jokic over Gobert. Kiss off the glass. And he scores. Up and in for the Joker off the backboard. Good for 2. 1-point game. Under 11 minutes left to go. 22, 17, and 5 for Jokic. Points, rebounds, and assists tonight. Edwards at the Ball Arena logo left wing. Bounce pass on top. Naz Reid laces up a 3. Reid off the back rim, no good. Offensive rebound controlled by McDaniels. They swing it out to the corner into the hands of McDaniels. Once again, McDaniels spin move inside the key. McDaniels with a runner. Got it to go. Good for 2. 72-69. Other players stepping up here from Minnesota. Jaden McDaniels, excellent game once again by him. 18 points on 70% shooting from the floor. Jokic shovels out to the left corner. Touch patch. Christian Braun over to Michael Porter Jr. Takes the 3. Makes the 3 from downtown. Bang, bang. That's a huge 3 there by another player not named Jokic or Murray. Michael Porter Jr. up to 7 points. A monster 3. 72 even. Under 10 minutes left to go. Conley, top of the key, defended by Christian Braun. Bounce pass over to Edwards. Edwards moves it off to Conley. Swings it out left corner. Lob down to the low block. Double teamed is Gobert. Gobert gets fouled by Jokic at the low block as Jokic held him up in the reach and foul. The clock will stop. Are they going to get Gordon here? That's the question. They're going to get Gordon, actually. So check that. They will get Aaron Gordon, who is also next to Jokic, defending off a double team. Minnesota looking to inbound. They will. Around the wing of the perimeter, it goes to Gobert. Gobert dribbles up, drives downhill. And once again, the referees will stop the clock. Again, Denver picks up a foul. That time it's on Jokic, so Jokic picks up the reach and foul. The one previous was charged to Gordon. So Jokic reaches in off the drive by Gobert. Jokic picks up personal foul number 1 of this game for him currently. Conley, jab step at the left wing. Conley takes the jumper over Murray. Oh, he hits it! Mike Conley buries the triple. 75-72. Other players stepping up in a big way. Jokic takes up the floor. He has bricked every single three he's taken. Michael Porter Jr. at the right wing off the Jokic screen. MPJ, dish outside. Jokic fires an open three. Off the back rim, no good. Oh, baby, Nikola Jokic is choking this game away. Bricking three after three after three. That's now his 7th missed three in the game. He is 0 for 7 from the perimeter. Edwards at the top. Edwards slides it off to his right. Dribble handoff from Edwards. So he got sent that ball from McDaniels. Circles around the key. Edwards got stripped. Edwards. Loose ball. Shot clock expires. On the floors. Denver converts in the steal here. Looking to go down low. Gordon outside. Porter Jr. took the three. No good as he got knocked down. No foul. Rebound controlled by Minnesota. Conley. A 3-point lead for the T-Wolves in the defensive battle here. Over to Gobert, soars up at the rim, and a shooting foul picked up as this will be 2 shots coming up at the free throw line by Rudy Gobert. Christian Braun met him right at the rim. Christian Braun picked up the blocking foul. 75-72. Minnesota with a chance to add here with 2 free throws. Lonely Satellite, thanks for joining in once again. First one is good. Jokic to Chokic. Yep, that's a classic there. Tons of bricks from 3 by the Joker. 7 missed threes in a game 7. Second free throw by Gobert is good. 77-72. 8:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. Coming down to the wire here. Jokic takes it past midcourt once again. Lobs it off to Gordon. Gordon back into the hands to Jokic. He tries a 3, top of the key, and he hits it on his 8th attempt of the game from 3-point range. The Joker finally rips run right through the chute. 8 minutes left to go. 25 points, 17 rebounds by Jokic. Just 1 for 8, though, from 3-point range. Edwards, double teamed. Moves it out to the right corner. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, skip pass, left corner. And that will go out of bounds. That's a heads-up play by Jaden McDaniels. He pins it off of a Nuggets player down the far side of the floor looking to close out. It will stay Minnesota basketball. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. We got 1K out here on the channel. Let's get that 1K hype out in the chat here. Michael Porter Jr. was who last touched the basketball as he got pinned off of him in the corner. What a game. 7:47 left to go. We will take a timeout on the floor as well. Timeout on the floor. 7:47 left to play as we will take a timeout. Just an absolutely incredible battle. Let me know out in the chat who you are rooting for today in this one here. As we got 1K in the stream. Absolute legends all over the place on the channel. Souza, welcome in. Taking the T-Wolves for this matchup. It's just not sustainable that Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic are basically the 2 guys who are showing up in this Game 7 scoring-wise for Denver. They need much more than that. 29 by Murray, 25 by Jokic. Jokic has 17 rebounds. Hasn't come at the efficient rate that he usually does. Both Murray and Jokic are 10 for 22 each today. So they've combined for 51 points out of the 75. That is well not sustainable. 68% of the points through the duo of Murray and Jokic. Whereas you got a trio there from Minnesota. They have an extra option, which the arrival of Anthony Edwards finally able to get buckets in the third quarter, helping out the cause a ton. 21 by Cat, 18 by McDaniels, 13 by Edwards. So that will be combining for 52 out of the 77. That's 67.5%, basically the same number rate that the Nuggets have, but that's coming from a trio, not a duo right now. So a lot of high expectations out of 2 players to score. It's basically right now a 2-on-3. And this is where you need other players like a Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon to step up if you're Denver. If you're Minnesota, you are 1 3-point shot away from Nickeil Alexander-Walker to basically winning this game, potentially. Of course, you're going to have to keep on scoring and generating points, but if Nickeil hits a monster 3 in this game, they got a good chance for that to be the difference maker. If Nickeil hits that open corner 3. Tonight, he's yet to score a point. He's 0 for 6 shooting, 0 for 5 from the perimeter. Mike Conley's up to 9. So Mike Conley, all he needs is a point. He gets into double figures. Gobert as well. He's got 9. Much more balance for Minnesota. They got 21 by Towns, 18 by McDaniels. McDaniels has been excellent. He's shooting 70%. 13 by Edwards with a huge third quarter. 9 by Conley, 9 by Gobert. Whereas the Nuggets need a lot of work. 29 by Murray, 25 by Jokic. After that, 7 by Porter. KCP with 5, 4 by Gordon. A lot of work before they get 3 starters up to double figures. Appreciate it here. Rihanna on the channel. Leon, you guys the legends here for being a part of the stream. Inbound for Minnesota. Gobert. Shot clock winding down to 2. Deep jumper. Oh, he hits it. That's a deep right baseline J and a 16-footer. Out of all the players by Rudy Gobert at the baseline, knocking down a 16-footer. Gordon underneath, Gordon at the rim, Gordon, oh, he couldn't finish, missed around the rim and out, and he got stripped of the basketball. Gordon turns it over. Aaron Gordon single-handedly giving the Nuggets an L in this game as he also picks up the reach and follow past midcourts. Oh, that's a big U of a performance tonight by Aaron Gordon. The players on the bench cannot believe it. Everybody cannot believe it. Rudy Gobert knocks down a deep 2 baseline J. And this will put Minnesota at the free throw line where Jaden McDaniels, he has been special in this game. 19 points, buries the first free throw. Minnesota's got all the momentum right now. Only 2 players have shown up, and this is looking like it's 2-on-5. This looks like it was from earlier this afternoon where the Knicks had 2 guys show up and the Pacers had their entire starting 5 show up. Have the tides turned or what? 81-75. Largest deficit for the Nuggets. Top of the free throw circle, Gordon, who is yet to show up here in a Game 7. Jokic backs his way to the mid-block. Jokic, 1-on-1, takes on Gobert. Jokic moves it off to Murray. 5 of the shot clock. Murray, 7 minutes left to go. Lobs it off to Jokic. Jokic inside the key. Right-handed baby hook by Jokic. And Gobert picks up the foul, reaching in, guarding Jokic here. So this will reset the clock. New 14 on the shot clock, and Denver will get the inbound. We're down to 7 minutes left. Inbound goes to Gordon. New 14 on the shot clock. Gordon sends it outside to Jokic. Jokic up fake. Over to Murray, top of the key. And again, there's some contact away from the basketball here. I believe it's going to be called on Cat. Picks up the foul. So Cat picks up the foul away from the basketball. That's his 5th. That's his 5th for Cat for personal fouls. That is number 5. 5 personal fouls by Cat. He will stay in the game, though. So Cat's got 5. 4 by McDaniels, 3 by Gobert for fouls. If this game goes into overtime, then you got to really have a watchful eye on those fouls. Jokic with a 3. Jokic, swoosh! Oh, Nikola Jokic with a big-time 3. Back-to-back 3s in a row by the Joker after missing the previous 8 before that. The previous 7, actually, now 2 for 9 from the perimeter. So he missed the previous 7. He has made the last 2. Edwards dribbles behind his back, drives up to the free throw circle. Edwards, turnaround, 18-footer, off the front rim, no good. Battle for the rebound, Gobert, and Jokic picks up the loose ball foul. Goes right to the referee, looking for a clarification there. Gobert will go to the free throw line, shoot 2. Anybody's game right now. This is looking like last night's game between OKC and Dallas. So Jokic picks up the loose ball foul. 6:21 left to play. Rudy Gobert, 11 points, will shoot 2 at the free throw line. He's got 8 rebounds. What a game. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. The Nuggets led by 20 points at 1 point in this game as Cat will check out. Naz Reid checks on in. Minnesota just a deeper team. Got guys off the bench like Naz Reid. And Denver with these minutes cannot sustain it against the deeper Minnesota squad. Big free throw here by Rudy Gobert. Free throw's up. Free throw is good. It's a 5-point advantage for Minnesota. 6:20 left to go. Free throws tonight. Minnesota is capitalizing. Cash, money on their free throws. 20 for 22, 91%. An elimination game winner moves on to the Western Conference Finals. Denver, 12 for 14, also excellent at the free throw line, but hasn't attempted frequently as many free throws as the 20 for 22 by Minnesota. Corner 3, no good. Bricked off the mark by Michael Porter Jr. Jokic goes up. Jokic gets blocked by Edwards. Here goes Edwards attacking inside the paint. Got the basketball stripped out of bounds. He was looking for the foul, couldn't get it, but it will stay Minnesota possession. Was it? Oh, it was actually Reid. Edwards was next to Reid. It was actually Naz Reid who denied Nikola Jokic down low. So they showed that replay. It was Reid, Edwards, and there was another defender in the remote area. Edwards off the inbound, top of the free throw circle. Edwards off the Gobert screen, and that'll be an offensive foul. Rudy Gobert tried to chip on the defender, and he picks up the offensive foul. Right back it goes to Denver. 4th personal foul now picked up by Gobert in this game. Murray at the right wing. Murray gets past Naz Reid. Jumper, mid-range. Jamal Murray connects on it. It's a 3-point game, 83-80. Big shot right there by Murray. Minnesota with a possession. Murray's got 31. It's been held in check here in the second half, though. Most of his scoring was done in the first half. Mike Conley slows down tempo. 3-point advantage. Slides it outside of Reid. Into the corner, into the hands here of Edwards. Gets it out to Reid. Reid dribbles right down the lane with the right hand, and he's got it. Right hand layup good by Naz Reid as he was able to sneak past the Joker right to the cup. 85-80 for the T-Wolves, the 6th man of the year. Getting a big bucket there as we are down to 5:02 left to go, and Denver will burn a timeout. What a game. Minnesota trailing by 20. This team just has the absolute killer instinct in them for this T-Wolves squad. They got a pack of dogs on this roster here. The Wolves hound and surround you, and they've done that in the second half. (47-27) in the second half in favor of Minnesota. Minnesota was trailing by 20 at one point in the game. They trail by 5 going into halftime, and now they have outscored Denver 47-27. I took the Nuggets for my prediction. Not looking so well right now. Looking pretty good in the first half, but you got to play the full 48, and based on what I'm seeing, it's looking like Minnesota is going to take on Dallas. Unless Denver is able to close this out in the final 5:02, they're going to have other players get involved and make some shots. This cannot be only Jokic and Murray like it's been all night. Not sustainable. Minnesota, 4 players in double figures. Looking for a 5th with Mike Conley. Tonight, Denver with just 2. By far, in double figures. You cannot have a 2-on-5 game and expect to win. That's not going to happen. You got to get other production. It's not happening tonight from Michael Porter Jr. 7 points on 3 for 12 shooting, 1 for 6 from 3. Aaron Gordon, 4 points in 37 minutes. Just 2 for 5 from the floor. 5 points by KCP on 2 for 6 shooting in 35 minutes. Looking like the Knicks, honestly, with this Nugget squad. These minutes are taking a toll, and you're going to have to play the best basketball here in the final 5:02 and tap into the championship identity that you have for the defending champs. Because here's the question, will you be able to tap into that championship identity if you're the Denver Nuggets coming back from a 5-point deficit with 5 minutes left to go, or are you going to crack under pressure, and the pressure of being a back-to-back champion, is that going to be too much, and will you fold tonight on your home floor? That is the question right now for Denver. Everything was looking so well in the first half. Their defense was at an all-time rate, and then Anthony Edwards sparking a rally. I talked about it in the third quarter. They needed to have a swing in the game, and they did. It was a block that resulted in an Edwards coast-to-coast layup. After that was a three-point make by Minnesota. The rest was history. They needed a 2 and then a 3-point shot in the third quarter to swing their way. They got exactly that, and they have turned the tides in this game around completely. We got well over 1K in the stream. If you guys are new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. Absolute legends all over the place here to stream. And type in the chat who you guys like to win, who you're rooting for out here to win this game. Type it in, T-Wolves or Nuggets. And I'll be back on Tuesday covering Celtics against Pacers game 1. So if you like to join in for that stream, feel free to do so. Here we go. Final 5 minutes left to go. Right to left on the floor. Nuggets with a possession. Gordon. Only 4 points tonight in over 35 minutes. Hands it off to Jokic. Hand off to Murray. Turns towards his left. Turns the corner. Murray with a runner. Got it to go. Good for 2. 33 points by Jamal Murray. 4:45 left to go. Conley crosses the midcourt logo. Murray had 24 of those points in the first half. Only 9 here in the second half. Conley at the right wing. Sends it on top over to Naz Reid. It's Conley, Reid, Rudy Gobert, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels. That's the 5 of the floor currently from Minnesota. Dribble, drive, Edwards, kick to the corner. 6th man of the year. Naz Reid, no good, missed off the mark. A huge offensive rebound, controlled by Gobert. New 14 on the shot clock. Edwards, top of the key. Dribble, drive, right down the lane inside. No good, around the rim and out. And a putback chance by Reid. He went up and we get a foul. There'll be 2 free throws coming up in the line here. The question is who? I believe it's going to be Naz Reid shooting the free throws. So Edwards missed as it went around the rim and out. Reid with a critical putback missed the 2 as well, but got fouled. He got hit in the eye, actually. Cat right now is on the bench for the time being. Naz Reid will have 2 free throws here at a bonus. They have been incredible tonight at the free throw line for Minnesota. 20 for 22 at above 91% at the free throw line. Naz Reid, pressure free throws. 2 shots. 4:10 left to go. First free throw by Naz Reid, right down the middle. 4-point advantage for the T-Wolves. Yeah, rebounds right now are even 41-41, but second half, Minnesota's definitely dominating Denver on the glass in the second half. Jokic was midway to 30 in the first half for rebounds. He had 15 rebounds in the first half. Jokic being held in check here in the second half, currently for rebounds with only 3. He's got 18 total in the game. Edge in the midcourt logo. 4 minutes left to go. Jamal Murray down by 5 for the Nuggets. Dribbles up. Murray drives on Reid to the mid-block. Guarded by Edwards. Murray lobs it over to Jokic. Jokic double-teamed inside the key. Jokic tough shot. Blocked by Reid. Lost the ball. And it goes to Conley here. Big block by Naz Reid of Minnesota. The T-Wolves with a possession. 3:40 left to go. Edwards going to slow it down for Minnesota. Edwards, guarded by Gordon, brings along a double team, gets the way over to McDaniels, slides it off to Reid, outside McDaniels. 6 in the shot clock, Edwards, top of the key, step back 3 in the air, straight away. No good off the mark, shoved in though with a putback flush, but a 6th man of the year, Naz Reid. Holy smokes! Throwing it down with authority with a left-handed punch down. Murray lost the handle, turns it over. That's a big U by Jamal Murray. Conley, skip pass, right corner, the dagger, got it! Bang, 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 bang. You the man, AE5, Anthony Edwards buries the 3 on a steal, and it's 92-82 Minnesota. This game is over. The Minnesota Timberwolves are 2 minutes, almost 2 minutes and 45 seconds. The clock's a little bit fast on my end. 3 minutes and 5 seconds away from the largest comeback ever in Game 7 history of the NBA playoffs. They trail by 20. They were down by 15 at halftime. Anthony Edwards, the killer instinct, bang, bang, stepping up in a major way in the second half. And just like that, he's got 16 on a big-time three. A steal and a bucket. And Mike Conley, monster steal for him, is second of the game. Man, have the tides turned or what? Naz Reid blocking Jokic. And the Nuggets this season have a 0-11 record when they've been held under 100 points. They were held in Game 5 against the T-Wolves as well to under 100. 0-11 this season when held under 100. They're far away from it. They're at 82. 82 points. We're going to go back on a timeout, actually, so not on the game slide just yet. This is the crazy part about it. Denver putting together a Phoenix Suns type of collapse here in a Game 7 tonight in the second half. It's a major Fuka Choka by them. 29 points total. That's a shame. That's a crying shame right there. 29 points by the Denver Nuggets in the second half alone. Who does that? Like, who in the world does that? Score 29 points with 3:05 left to go in the fourth quarter. 29 points they've scored in the second half. They were held to 14 points in the third quarter. They're held to 15 points right now in the fourth quarter. 54-29 in favor of Minnesota in the second half. It's a 25-point difference in half two. You just see the hungrier team, you see the deeper team. And for the Nuggets, you see two guys putting the ball into the bucket. Nothing else after that. There was no number 3, no number 4, no number 5 option, and so on. Aaron Gordon, horrendous game by him, off to Jokic, up fake top of the key, slides it off to Murray. Under 3 minutes left to go. Murray turns the corner, drives. Outside it goes to Jokic. Jokic on the 3. No good. The rim doesn't like it. Split out. As it skipped around the rim and out. Rebound controlled by Reid from Minnesota. T-Wolves will slow it down. Mike Conley, guarded by KCP at the midcourt logo. Puts the ball into the hands to Edwards. Edwards at the Ball Arena logo left wing. Edwards, 1-on-1, defended by Gordon here. Edwards, crossover, jumper for another dagger. No good, off the back rim. A rebound secured by Murray. 10-point game. Gotta go up the floor quickly here. Murray jogging up the floor. Shot clock's already at 14. Murray, bounce pass off the roll down. Jokic deflected. Battle for the loose ball. As we have bodies colliding together. Jokic and Conley go down hard at the baseline right in front of the stanchion. 5 guys in double figures from Minnesota. Plus Mike Conley's got 9. And Denver only has 2 guys that showed up to put the ball into the hoop tonight. Responsible for over 70% of the points of the team is Jamal Murray with 33, Jokic with 28. My clock's quite fast. 2:07 left to go here as Denver gets the inbound. Jokic, fall away. Jokic no good, off the mark with 2:05. And that's on Gobert, who picks up the foul. And I believe that's going to be it for Gobert. He was at 5. So Jokic drove on Gobert. And that's it. Yeah, that is it. So Rudy Gobert has just fouled out. Played 36 minutes tonight. 13 points, so he just picked up his 6th personal foul. Yeah, these games are not fixed. I can tell you that. Look at who's the deeper team. Who's got the 6th man of the year on it. This Denver Nuggets team, I had said, since the start of the postseason, their downfall was letting Bruce Brown go in free agency. And the national media should be talking about that tomorrow. They're all going to forget about it. But Bruce Brown being let go is a really good role player. That was a big hit in terms of their depth. He was excellent last year in the playoffs. Be able to get into the mid-range and knock down shots whenever the other guys were struggling. They don't have that complementary piece this season. They only had 2 guys in this game and this that can generate offense. And once again, it led to the Nuggets being bounced out in this playoffs, most likely here. We're down to 147 left to go, unless they mount a massive comeback. But, I mean, Jokic and Murray have done it their all. It's just embarrassing that Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, KCP, those guys couldn't really do anything today. They could not generate any sort of offense. Michael Porter Jr. had a well off game. And, I mean, with the family trouble and stuff like that happened since the play-in tournament happened with Coban and Jonte and then the other brother, which got arrested a couple weeks ago as well. They resulted in 2 brothers being arrested, one for DWI a couple weeks ago, too. A third brother, the Porter brothers, plus Jonte receiving a lifetime ban, and then Coban going to prison. I can only imagine what that dude is feeling right now. Just, man, this was a tough one for him today, for this game here. But that could be just for a basketball team there, when a key starter is going through, like, some serious family issues, that can be kind of like a damper on your team right there, like take away from a lot of the stuff, because mentally it doesn't help you out prep as much mentally. Like, there's an obstacle that you have to go over through that, and that's just very, very difficult to get past. So we're down to 141 left to go as we are on the jump ball, tipped over to Naz Reid as the T-Wolves control it. At the right corner, it is Edwards. Floats up a tough shot, no good, missed off the glass, tipped over to Murray. 1.5 left to go. Murray out of the pack here with a rebound. Out on top off to Gordon, into the hands to Jokic. Top of the free throw circle. Jokic taking too much time off the clock. Hand off Murray with a 3. Off the rim, no good. McDaniels collects the defensive rebound. Porter Jr. gives a foul in the backcourt. And with 1:17 left to go, they'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Monumental collapse in this game by the Denver Nuggets tonight. Around 2 years ago, there was the ultimate choke. Ben Simmons in the Game 7 conference semifinals, giving up a wide open slam dunk attempt that he should have had to pass the ball. And Philadelphia lost to Atlanta. This goes down as the ultimate choke 2.0 in today's game here. The Denver Nuggets lockdown defense in the first half, limited Minnesota to just 38 points at halftime. And the Nuggets can only muster 33 points currently here in the second half. Conley splits the free throws, 93-84. 1:15 left to go. There's a 20-point lead at one point by Denver. Minnesota is going to make postseason history. Largest comeback at the half in a Game 7 in postseason history. They trail by 15 tonight. Entering halftime, Murray scores the layup. 93-86. Anthony Edwards backs the talk. If they're able to close it out, oh boy. Referees rolled a turnover off the inbounds. Cat lobbed it over to Edwards, went off the fingertips of Edwards. 1:05 left. Inbound Jokic. Jokic backs his way. That's a massive possession because it goes in off the inbound by Jokic. So Minnesota coughed it up off the inbounds, and Jokic able to make the 2. 93-88. 50 seconds left to go. Conley at the wing. Shot clock's down to 10. Denver looking to force a miss right here. Conley drives inside. The key goes up. No good. Huge putback jam. That is going to be Karl-Anthony Towns. Soared up. Throws it down with a two-handed flush off the putback jam by Cat. A three by Denver. Bricked off the back rim. No good. A rebound secure by Minnesota. And it looks like it's going to be over. Dagger right there with Cat with a putback jam. McDaniels off of one dribble, tried to soar up and slam down a dunk, as this game is right now Minnesota to pull off the victory. Cat just came up over Jokic and threw it down with a dunk. 20.7 left to go. There'll be 2 free throws here by McDaniels. McDaniels off of one dribble. He tried to do a slam dunk over one defender. So it's going to be Minnesota versus Dallas on the Wednesday. Minnesota going to host games 1 and 2. First free throw is good by McDaniels. McDaniels was excellent tonight. 21 by Jaden McDaniels. Second shot missed at the line. Rebound control by Jokic. 18 seconds remaining. Jokic up the floor. Gets the slam dunk. 13 seconds, but you can see based on the body language that it's over for Denver. Inbound Minnesota. Denver, they will give a foul with 9.4. Murray commits the foul, and McDaniels will head back to the free throw line. Free throw shooting. Massive by the T-Wolves. Only missed 4 free throws this entire game. 26 for 30 at the free throw line. That's an 87% shooting night at the charity stripe. Absolute legends in the stream. Before I do sign off, hit the thumbs up, smash the like, hit the subscribe. And it will be a T-Wolves versus Mavs in the Western Conference Finals. The Denver Nuggets blew a 20-point lead, and only 2 players showed up to drop down double-digit points. Everybody else had single digits in the game. 2 free throws are good by McDaniels. Inbound for Denver. Clock's going to expire. Denver with a 20-point lead in the end, though. Not enough in this game as Minnesota picks up the win. And congratulations to the T-Wolves. A-Rod, he is pumped up. They get a road victory for Minnesota in a Game 7. Minnesota advances over to the Western Conference Finals. 98-90 the final score. The T-Wolves versus the Mavs. The field of the Final Four is set. That'll take place on Wednesday night. 8:30 p.m. Eastern time for the tip-off. As Minnesota, a huge comeback in this game to pick up the win. Anthony Edwards with a massive second half. Can't ever count out Ant-Man, even with a struggling first half. I said during the first half, look back at the film to what happened Game 1 when the T-Wolves took on the Suns. And Anthony Edwards, he struggled in the first half. He had 18 points alone in quarter number 3 against Phoenix in game number 1. And tonight, already midway through the playoffs for the T-Wolves. And they get a big production out of Anthony Edwards in the second half to win this game. Karl-Anthony Towns, putback jam to close out the deal. 23 by Cat in today's game. Double digits with 11 rebounds. Black Pen and Red Pen, thanks so much for the dono. Really appreciate the brother for the dono. 21 points by Jaden McDaniels on 70% shooting tonight from the floor. 16 by Edwards. Edwards coming up clutch here in the second half as he had 7 assists, 8 rebounds, plus 2 steals. Mike Conley, 10 points in double figures. Gobert finished with 13 points and 9 boards. Off the bench, 6th man of the year, Naz Reid, 11 points for Minnesota. It was basically 6-on-2 in this game. 35 by Jamal Murray. 34 by Jokic with 19 rebounds. Jokic was held at just 4 rebounds in the second half. Murray was held in check for most of his points in the first half. And at the end, just not enough. You look back at this game, the role players, the complementary players, the other starters, the 3, 4, 5 options, and so on. It was just not there tonight for Denver. Caldwell Pope, 5 points in 39 minutes. Aaron Gordon, really major disappointment by him tonight. 4 points in 42 minutes. 7 points by Michael Porter Jr. in 34 minutes. Those 3 guys just really struggled tonight. If they get production out of those 3 players, they could have been able to have a chance and be able to win this game. But no, just 2 guys combining for 69 out of the 90, and just not enough in this game for the Nuggets. Carlos, thanks so much for the dono. Really appreciate it, brother, with a dono. You guys, the legends on the stream here. Before I do sign off, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well, as this series is over. The Minnesota Timberwolves, congratulations to Minnesota, going to be taking on the Denver Nuggets in the next round of the Western Conference Finals. I'll be back for both of the conference finals matchups. I'll be back starting on Tuesday. Celtics versus Pacers. Feel free to join in at 8 p.m. Eastern Time as the Celtics host the Pacers in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. And we will close out now to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. And we got 2 channel members tonight, so welcome in, new to the membership. We got Paul and we got Chuck Nola onto the membership for the first time tonight. So we have Jason, Warren, Rajib, I Am Ghost, David, Asia, Paul, Russell, John, Mark, Kelly, Jeffrey, Vegas, Barco, Oink Oink, Michael, Katie, Bradley, Daniel, Derek, Sister Surround, Mario, Guido, Tristan, Chuck, SG Sports Talk, Ice Ice Baby, Robin, Melinda, Jack City, and Shalabar. Thanks all for joining in, being a part of the stream here for this one tonight as the Minnesota Timberwolves make NBA history, largest deficit ever at halftime as they trailed by 15 points. They trailed as many by 20 at one point in this game, and they came back and they won. The final score 98-90. Thanks all for joining in, everybody, being a part of the stream, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Minnesota going to take on Dallas in the Western Conference Finals. Minnesota wins in 7, 98-90, the final score.